Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fabulous Tuesday.
Woo! Oh wait, we don't have our monitor on. Can you turn that screen on there, Bryce?
That is the thing we use to monitor what's on the screen.
That's right.
The monitor.
And I got a new sweater today that I'm wearing.
I can tell.
I had it delivered to the store. This place.
Our office.
It was on my desk this morning.
I say store all the time too. I was who was I even talking to the other day? I said store and like they were like, what store?
Yeah. There's that one.
My office.
Yeah, there's one. I mean, we're a store. It's an online store.
I'm just getting stuff delivered to our land address.
Yeah.
See what happens.
I'm wearing this not because I'm excited about it. I love getting a new garment, right? Isn't it nice? Like it looks nice. I'm burning up right now, so I'll take it off shortly. But yeah. This is one of my key improvements. See, here's what I do. I don't know if you.
Itchy?
I don't know if you. No, it's not. I don't know if you do this. I've got a. So I've got a separate. Shannon and I have separate personal checking accounts, and then we have a joint account.
Okay.
And I have 15% of our income goes to our personal, and the rest of it, 85, is that right? Goes to the joint. That's where most of the action happens. But we have a little bit of a separation where, like, hey, you can buy a gift for the other person. They don't know about it. They're not looking at the statement, that kind of thing. Or like, hey, if you want to go, like, get a tattoo, that's your business.
You want to go to the Vegas premiere of Fab something? It's just like, oh,
that's
there
why
it is.
I can't go to Worlds. I don't have enough money. But so I have a system where if I know I want something, like I'm trying to build this wardrobe over like 5 to 6 years. And so you have to start getting better and better things that aren't just like gone by the time you're wanting to get the next thing. Worn out, as they say.
Yeah, it's weird. The more you pay for something, usually the longer it lasts.
It's a poor man's boots conundrum, which I had many poor man's boots in my life.
Yeah.
But the piece of this that's important is here's a cool way to do it. I had like a number that I had to get to in my personal checking, at which point I would pull the trigger on a number of things that I've been wanting to buy on my wardrobe. And I hit that number last month. And so I got t-shirts coming in. I got this. I got some shorts, a new swimsuit. Great time to buy a swimsuit. It's all on sale now because, like, it's winter.
Yeah. And then you're the guy that buys the Christmas stuff on the 26th
that's correct.
Of December.
Yeah. Actually, I just forget to buy gifts.
I didn't mean gifts. I meant like if you were going to buy Christmas decorations, it's like that's when you do it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not saying you're ever going to do it, but it's when you would do it.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
It's like, the Christmas trees are 20% of what they were.
And I think it's really appropriate because it got down to like 32 last night. So it got freezing.
Yeah.
I woke up, my house was 50 degrees.
So I test Fab every morning on topic.
Really?
Yeah. And this morning...
It must be exhausting. How do you play that much?
It's not exhausting at all. It's awesome. So this morning, related to the same topic. This is both on Fab topic, but also on weather topic.
Yeah.
So my normal process is like wake up, shower and stuff, go make some tea, go upstairs, play Fab.
Wow.
But upstairs,
you're real enlightened.
Is on a different thermostat than downstairs, and they're smart thermostats, so they at different temperatures they turn on or whatever.
Yeah.
But the downstairs one got switched, but the upstairs didn't. We're potentially in winter mode now. So previously, it's like if it gets too hot, the air will come on. Yeah. But there was not if it gets too cold, the heat will come on.
Right. You didn't have it both directions.
Situation. So I got upstairs and it was just like frigid in my office.
How many cardigans do you have to put on?
I just had a sweatshirt on. Yeah. But, my Fab testing sweatshirt.
You know what's funny? Ever since we started streaming, we have talked more to each other about non-gaming things than ever before in our lives.
It's through the roof. Yeah. Yeah, like I would.
It's so funny.
Prior to streaming daily, I do not think we would have had the Shacket conversation yesterday.
Yeah.
Or the wardrobe budget conversation.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I would have been like, nice. What do you call that? It's not a sweater.
This is a sweater. Yeah, the genuine sweater.
It's like a collared sweater.
Yeah, they call it something. It's a. So I got
some marketing big brain out there. It's like we need a unique name for this item.
It's the backcountry sweater or something. So I got really hip to
backcountry sweater.
I feel okay. So let me give you a quick rundown. This is why we need to clip these streams because we could clip all of this out and then people could actually get Blitz games if that's what they're looking for. Yeah. And instead of they stumble into this nonsense.
They even if the title of the stream is like Brute and Blitz. Yeah. 2 minutes in, gone.
Yeah, you're gone.
They're like, who are these insane
you're not clicking
people
on it
talking
anyway
about
because it's a 4-hour video.
We just need a fashion advice playlist.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could just we could kind of while out on whatever we want.
I mean, I think you could.
You
are the content
Taylor
guy.
Swift channel.
I mean, totally. I mean, if there was a channel of clips anytime we talk about Taylor Swift, most popular channel on our channel. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or
Tabletop Gamers talk pop culture.
I'll make a bet. Name one series of clips that would be more popular than that. We will do both. If you win...
The playlist of Zach spilling stuff on
Yeah, the champagne popping playlist.
Okay. We'll make a Zach Spill Stuff playlist.
Viral. I mean, that's like we could go big with that.
That's what I'm
thing.
saying, though. Yeah. It's like we've been talking about changes to content. Side note. As an example, last week we played 3 or 4 games of Blitz. If you aren't willing to watch a 4-hour stream later,
didn't make any sense.
You're never going to catch those games. So people watching it live, of course, you're here for the shenanigans because you're here live for some reason at 1:45 in the afternoon.
And we love you, and we think you're probably not working right now, even though you're clocked in.
Or are you? Well, I'm working. Some people. What is your security guard? All you have to do is sit there and watch cameras.
Yeah, totally.
So you're working.
You watch the stream for a second. Camera,
like
stream.
The security guard at our old location. It's like he would just come in and sit down at our store, and it's like he's security guard on the property, not our store. It's like, what?
Sometimes he's just parked in the back alley, definitely sleeping.
He could totally be watching our stream and still be working, as it were.
Here's the key, though. So I have a, it's like, which wolf do you feed, that old thing. So I have 2 wolves inside of me when it comes to like popular things, which you will totally recognize. Brute, this is relevant for a Brute
By the way,
stream.
Larry Carter said, whoops. Larry is our lead developer. And
he's got a website to launch in a few
working
weeks.
super hard.
And if it doesn't work, he's the reason. And it's because he's watching right now instead of putting his code together. You refactor already. Can we refactor more? That's like that old Simpsons thing. Hey, can you guys work harder? Yes,
what's
sir.
What's a refactor?
It's when you take code that you've kind of pieced together to make something work, and then you go back through it and clean it up to make it still work, but with less bloat.
And like a machine.
The thing that most developers don't actually get to do because all their, managers are like, the next thing. But I'm a refactor guy. I'm a big refactor man.
Oh, I know you're a refactor guy.
I refactor everything. I'm refactoring my wardrobe right now. Yeah. On that note, this is relevant. Patagonia, right? So I always, when I was in college and all throughout high school and whatnot, outdoor stuff was my thing. Still is to some degree, although I don't get to do it as much. So I got really into hiking, backpacking, etc. And this is when Patagonia was not exactly cool yet, right? It was still outdoor gear that outdoor people knew about, but that your average sorority, fraternity person,
you're saying it was still hip,
wouldn't be wearing. They were still on North Face at the time.
Yeah,
that was the North Face.
I remember the North Face
and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Loose with the fur.
Yeah, and so I was like, I love everything they're doing. I love the company. I love Yvon Chouinard.
He was the Let My People Go Surfing.
He
right?
was.
Yeah.
And I was like,
he wrote that book. So.
Love all of this. But then, it turned, and then everybody started wearing it. And then I was really torn because I was like, on the one hand, it's still the same stuff, and I love it. On the other hand, there's all these noobs now that are wearing this stuff that have never seen a mountain or a hiking trail in their lives. And so I was conflicted, and I was like, should I maybe try to find a more underground outdoor brand, like an Arc'teryx or something, but their stuff's super expensive. But then I've come back around because now Patagonia has done our shareholder is the Earth. Yvon Chouinard basically gives his company's shareholding profits away to a charity.
Talk about practicing what you preach.
Love it. But now I feel like that gives me a full clean on runway to say, like, I don't care what anybody's doing. This is the right thing for me to do because I love what this company is about and I love what they're up to. I don't care if all the other people are wearing it as well. It's not it's not a competition.
You're giving your shares to charity.
Exactly. Like, I feel good about buying it. And they have this Wardware website, which we're actually modeling our subscription app off of to some degree, where you can get reused or already used gear that they have, cleaned, etc. It's like a Goodwill type thing, but for Patagooch. And then you can shop at like a normal site, and it's like half off all their stuff.
Interesting.
And you get to buy used, and it's like, this is from like 2010, the 2010 line.
So what you're saying is we need to have a program where people can send in games they're done with.
No, that is a nightmare. No, that would be an absolute nightmare. No, we don't need that at all.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So anyway, I went heavier into Patagonia than I had in a long time.
You're even more repping the Patagonia
used
brand.
And profits go into climate environment stuff that I very much care about. Like, love it. Yeah. Anyway.
So,
Brute.
You have a new wardrobe. That's exciting. I'm also looking to overhaul my wardrobe.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you going for a different hex code of black this time?
As Robert was saying today, charcoal, smoke, ash, etc. No. But I'm a little bit, I've been waiting for, it's funny that this is actually a factor for me. is I know there are changes coming to our streaming content.
Mm-hmm.
And until I know what that looks like, what I wear every day is a question mark.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think? You think we're gonna dress you up as a clown or something?
No, it's just like how serious or social the vibe is.
Are we finally gonna unleash the tank tops?
Yeah,
Is it time to do a board game bros?
For years, yeah, you've been talking about that alt channel that we could do as characters called the Board Game Bros, which
backward hats. I mean, the whole game is there. I mean, it's right there in front of us. Always has been.
Galactus wondering if you should have paid more because the sweater is retro.
Maybe I should.
There were some great chats coming through. I just want to catch up with everyone here. Galactus earlier starting off the chat with, did you guys hear that Fab only has 2 years left? Is notable. The professor posted a video.
Clickbait video.
Yeah, it was. I don't know any. I know little. I know very little about Magic, but I keep getting the sense that it's like people keep expressing frustrations about why they don't like Magic, and then in this case, why they love Fab and Legend Story and everything they're doing. I don't know that it changes. It's the same with Amazon. It's like people complain about it, and then it's like, do you still have a Prime membership? No.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Because batteries are easier to get this way.
Yeah.
But anyways, it seems like there's this continually mounting like frustration.
Mm-hmm.
I also know there were a ton of people talking about like number of new people playing Fab on Talishar, number of new people buying Blitz decks on random like websites to popular products. I've seen crazy stuff happening, so it's cool. I'm glad.
So
you posted the video.
you think Fab might be catching a lot of the frustrated X players?
Yeah, and that is particularly someone with an audience
really.
of those people, and it's like, hey, there's a publisher over here doing everything exactly how you would want them to be doing it. Why? It's kind of like the why you're supporting Patagonia thing. It's like,
yeah.
Why don't you actually put your money where your mouth is and buy the product of the game by the company that's doing what you want them to do?
Maybe we'll have it. Maybe we're about to be on the rocket ship to #1 game in the world.
Wyatt says, nice sweater.
Thanks. I'm about to take it off. I'm burning up currently.
Cardboard Cast wonders if this is about to turn into an LL Bean advertisement.
But I like it. $250 booster. Yeah, the proxy stuff. It's so weird, that whole... Hold on.
Obsidian is saying you should have a trimmed and a full stream option. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the full stream's still going to happen in some capacity.
Maybe. If we stream it all, dude.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Could be, could be the end of an era.
We'll see. Brandon saying we come here for philosophy, budgeting, fashion, etc., and then Fab, in that order. Ross says he's here for the Steven nonsense.
Good. Here's one. You know how to roll your sleeves? You ever talked about that before? Thought about it?
What do you say?
There's two really good approaches. One of them is supposed to be good. Apparently, if you have a shirt that has a different pattern, a lot of shirts will have a different pattern underneath than they do up top.
Oh, sure.
You're supposed to go all the way up. It's called the perfect roll, I guess.
Yeah, that way you can see the matching pattern instead of the
weird pattern. Then you do the roll, and then you get a little bit of both.
Is this one of those shirts that makes people's eyes wig out on stream?
No, I think this one's clean.
Allardell, when you talked about people not actually working, saying, stop calling me out. Will Highwood, I love seeing your name in the chat more often these days.
He's just here to hang. Anyway.
Saying, I'm clocked in, LOL. Don't know what you're doing. Larry, of course, saying, whoops. Goon saying, I'm definitely working. DOAG saying, it's 7:45 p.m. here in the UK.
Cool.
You know what? That actually explains a lot. Remember early, the first year in the pandemic, streaming, the number of requests we got for, like, subscriptions in the UK and that kind of stuff? We're live every day at the time when someone in the UK would actually be watching a stream.
Maybe we should actually make that our target audience.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or...
with all the commentary we make about UK and Scotland and England, we definitely got some friends in the UK, don't we?
And some enemies. Blank saying he's working from home here, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of some hilarious interactions.
I've got 2 different roll styles I'm working on.
Obsidian, what's the thing about the wolves?
2 wolves. You feed the wolf. You know, there's 2 wolves inside of me. One of them, I don't know. Basically, one of them's hate, one of them's love, and then it's like which one has control, and it's which one you feed. You know, you get that. I kind of skipped to the punchline, but does that make sense?
I don't know what you're saying.
You never heard that?
No.
That old saying? I've got 2 wolves inside of me, and like basically, it's like I got 2 wolves inside of me. One of them is, let's just say, love and hate, because it's so obvious. One is love, one is hate. Which wolf wins is like the kid asking the shaman or the teacher, and the shaman says, whichever one you feed.
Yeah, because that one won't die. Andre saying, never knew there was a correct way to roll the sleeves.
There's a bunch of different ways. In fact, there's probably 10 to 15 different ways, depending on what you're looking at, but I mean they're notably different.
Obsidian City hates this roll. He prefers the loose roll. Personally.
Yeah, perfect roll. I mean, this one leaves you a little puffy. This is just like the working man's roll.
We had like a duct tape roll in the Marines.
Duct tape
Diago.
roll?
Tape it and then roll it up. It's perfect.
Diago saying you have a person here from Portugal.
That makes total sense. And then apparently the old-fashioned rules were, if you're just cooling off, your sleeve's supposed to be down past your elbow, like post-work. But if you're working and you're hot, it's supposed to be up past your elbow. Like rolling your sleeves up is a whole different vibe. So, things you didn't know. Can we talk about Mansant for a second?
Yes, we can.
So, how in the world does this guy, leader of the Leviathan Club, has merch and everything? I watched his intro.
What's the name of the club? It's like the...
I watched a video of his just this morning. The intro was very Bo Burnham inside. It was like him like getting the cameras ready and getting the tripods. It was very nice. And then it cut to him streaming, and he was going to do some games because I was looking up how to use rock, and obviously he's the guy you
What's a
gotta
rock?
ask. Is that the new weapon, new brute weapon?
The new rock.
He beats Pablo with Levia.
So there's some framing here. Mansant, famous for piloting Levia at major events and doing decent and winning things like Road to Nationals and ProQuest and stuff.
Seemingly being an overall nice guy.
Exceptionally nice. He is a content creator. If you're unfamiliar, check him out. Is playing in the Goliath Gauntlet, which the Goliath Gauntlet is a event series being put on, let me get it right, by 983 Media.
I love it. That's Flake.
Which I think is Flake's umbrella channel, because he has the Instant Speed podcast.
Or somebody hired Flake.
See, that's, I don't know.
Maybe 983 Media is owned by his like uncle or something.
We'll have to ask him at some point. But Flake, who's often a commentator at big fab events, also has a podcast, Instant Speed, which is on the 983 channel. But 983 is putting together what's called the Goliath Gauntlet. They have a bracket of 16 people, and it features some of the best players in the world.
And some of the worst.
Yeah, well, it has Michael Hamilton and Pablo Pintor, best.
Yeah.
Brendan Patrick, worst. Some of the nicest people in the community.
Just the layup.
Yeah.
You mind slamming that in the net for me?
And it's just it's 16 notable people. There's actually, I don't know what they're from, but someone was like, oh, that person is my favorite streamer from some online game. So they apparently loop people in that weren't even like big fab people, but also like personalities. They put real cash money on the line. It's a big tournament.
How much cash money?
A couple $1,000s. I don't know.
They all like wagered hundreds of dollars to get
like the people putting on.
They just had a prize pool.
Are having a prize to get these high ranking players to participate.
Do they just want to do this just for fun, or do they think they're going to make ad revenue or something back as a marketing expense to this kind of
Honestly, I don't know. But what they're doing is they have the bracket, they're filming all the games, they're editing it, they're doing commentary on the games. And I think it's really cool. It's like, you know, it's not the official tournament stuff, but it's the events being run by the community, which I think there's a lot of space for that kind of a thing to exist.
We're going to do the podcast on that this week. Yeah.
Excellent. I'm excited about that topic.
Culture, competitive, casual.
So they're doing round by round, and Mansant plays against Pablo. Pablo, Pro Tour 1 winner, Pro Tour 2 top 8.
In my mind, he's the best player in the game. He is.
That's a whole conversation.
He is. He has to be. I mean, how else are you going to prove yourself? Both Pro Tours?
Well, there's a lot of ways to prove yourself.
Well, winning those events is probably a good way to do that. Right?
There were multiple players that either top 8'd both or like top 16 both, which is like the same record. Like they bubbled out at X3.
There's one player that won.
Yeah.
The winner is usually considered the better of the players.
Unquestionably one of the best players in the world. That said, he is playing in this here tournament, the Goliath Gauntlet, Viserai, hometown favorite, versus Mansant, who's on the Levia. And Pablo also played Viserai at Pro Tour 2.
Right.
And he was like easily the highest ranked Viserai in the tournament. Now back to what were you saying?
And Levia won.
Levia did win.
Mansant won.
And I don't even think it was particularly close. Let me just look.
I mean,
the final score.
Are we living in a crazy world? Is Ethan on the claws? Of course he's on the claws. He's got to be on the claws.
Okay,
right?
It was close-ish.
Is he on the claws or is he running the club?
He is...
Or is he rocking? Is he rocking?
Hold on.
Okay, what?
I'm trying to zoom in here. He's on something custom.
That's
got Levia with something here. Looks like two things, though. It's got to be the claws.
That's got to be the claws. Yeah, it's got to be the claws.
Yeah, but close game, much closer. Someone telling me about it said it wasn't even close, but it was.
Yeah, it's Claus. Yeah, apparently it's Claus. Unbelievable, man.
Yeah, but being Pablo period, let alone Levi and Viscera, I would have. If I were betting on that, I would have bet a lot of money on Pablo.
Yeah.
Given the entire setup.
Say what you will about Ethan. Say it, Van Sant? Ethan Van Sant?
I think so, but then...
Say what you will about Pablo. Say what you will about Levi. Say what you will about Viscera. Say what you will, effectively.
But where is this going?
That is so good for the game.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah. I'd love to see Levi run all the way to the top.
Is it wide? I mean, is it really wide open right now? Is it time to get in there? Can I go stir the pot a little bit?
Pace of the game. Like back when you were doing the Dark Horse thing.
Yeah.
3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
The pace of the game is slower, which means any hero, I think right now, any hero can actually win any given match. There's not like a 100% or like a 99% situation. So as an example, I don't know what Levia's odds are. She's definitely not the best, but we talk about this all the time with Azalea. I think Azalea is like a half turn to a turn behind usually.
Yeah.
Which is not much.
That's not much. No.
One
get there.
Yeah.
Maybe that new bow will do it. I don't know. You want to talk about the new previews?
We got them?
Yeah, we got them.
I didn't know we got them.
I got them. This is an amateur hour, buddy. Robot is off. Okay, thank you, robot, for telling me you're off. Wait, how can a robot tell me it's off? It's truly off. That's like Siri saying, I'm not listening.
I'm definitely...
Yes, Zach, I'm not listening.
No, it's more like someone saying, I'm not awake.
Okay.
Someone asked if the sound went out.
Shouldn't have. Also, I do need to turn this on in case we do salt moment.
Someone said just refresh. Okay. Which the person who can't hear us couldn't hear me saying. But they'll figure it out. Preview 1.
Next card. It's the Rock. The Rock in the building. Catalyst, your boy. I literally listened to that. It makes total sense. Oh my gosh, that's why I was listening to that song this morning.
What song?
I had this Punjabi MC featuring Jay-Z song called Beware. You probably heard it.
Oh, definitely. It's on my playlist.
As soon as the beat drops, I got the heat. It's that kind of a vibe. But I realized now that I was singing that in my head yesterday and today because he says the Rock in the building. And I was probably thinking about Rock.
Connection point.
Wow.
Yeah. Your brain's a wild thing.
Brain's a magical place.
Yeah.
It's a banger also.
1 per turn action. Pay 3. Attack for 7. Activate Rock only if you have no cards in hand. Damage that would be dealt by Rock can't be prevented. Important. Not prevented does not mean not blocked.
Yeah, it's only sometimes relevant. Yeah. It's relevant for things like Crown, Oasis Respite.
Yeah, like I read the Tiger Stripe Shuko's wrong for a minute.
Yeah, during like the early draft.
Yeah, I lost the winning in at my first Rodinats because I thought that my opponent had Shuko and I thought I couldn't block the damage. I had 4 cards in hand. I was like, oh, pass. And they're like, all right. And I died. And they're like, do you have no blocks in hand? And I revealed, and they're like, oh, yeah, you could have totally blocked it. Anyways.
That's so good.
I will say, this got previewed. And one of my favorite things in the history of Fab happened, which is a bunch of people that want to play Brute, a bunch of brutes, talking about how to make a rock work.
Yeah. You just hit somebody with a rock. It's kind of cool.
Was amusing to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what's this new tool?
Yeah. I mean, we'll take anything we can get at this point. But I think most Fab classes are kind of in that position, right? Aside from Runeblade, probably. But it's just like, dude, this is actually one of the beautiful things about Fab, is this is not really terribly exciting at all. It's just 7 damage.
Yeah, but if designers are making it, and they're making a piece of art for it, and they're printing this card in a Marvel version. Look at this thing. You have to, like, I think the baked-in assumption is that there is a way to utilize this.
Yeah.
That has been considered.
Right.
So I'm gonna go figure out how to make this rock sing.
But make this rock sing. But it's just funny when you think about how tight the design of the game is. Like, I can swing Club 2 for 5. I can swing Meat Axe 2 for 5. That's on rate. Or I can work really hard to swing this 3 for 7. Right? It's like, it's like 1 or 2 damage points is the only difference there.
Yeah, but 1 or 2 damage, like the number of Fab games that I play where
It
1 or 2
matters.
damage points is the game
It matters.
is so many of it. That's
Isn't
part
that
of what makes
crazy?
this game so crazy.
That they crank up the damage 2 points from the standard brute possibility. They crank up the resource 1 point. And they still have to put it, you can't do this unless you have no cards in your hand, or else perhaps it's just too good.
Yeah, if you could just 3 for 7 with a weapon, it's really, I'll tell you what you do.
You 3 for 7 every time.
A bunch of blues that block for 3.
You play
all of them.
Guardian.
Yeah.
You
And
can
then
already do 3 for 6.
Some
can't you?
D-reacts.
Whatever it is.
Well, 3 for 6 if you pitch 2 3-cost things. So you still have to do something else. So it's not, the 3 for 7 is like perfect efficiency.
Yeah.
Like if Guardian had a hammer that was 3 for 6 with 1 card,
It'd be good.
it'd be too good.
Yeah.
A 3 for 6 without a condition would be too good because
Yeah.
you could block for 9 and swing for 7, which is 16 average value per turn. Like even if just all your stuff blocks for 3, let alone if you have stuff that blocks for more than 3.
Right.
Like get out of town.
Can't exist.
So 16 value per turn sequence is too much.
Correct.
Yeah, going back to the Fab Foundations, 3 value per card. A 4-card hand should be worth 12-ish.
12-ish.
Synergy. The penalty of not blocking. Okay, 4-card full hand can be worth, 82 if you're a Rune Blade. But anyone else, cap of 16, which means this is too much. This is too much.
Yeah, it's too much. You can't have it just continually rocking.
Yeah.
But here's what you can do. Okay, so was it Shift R or R? Was that right, Bryce? How do I turn on the robot?
We confirm.
And then, because I gotta, hold on, I'm just gonna start pressing buttons. We could bring the whole system
I
down
love
here.
it. Yeah, let's go.
R is on, Shift R is off.
Okay, R is on. I feel like I'm playing WoW again. All right, let's look at Amulet of Ignition, because we got to think about ways that we can actually make this happen. That's obviously the next piece.
Yeah, so you can't, just to be clear,
Did it work, Bryce?
you cannot
Try Shift R.
activate this, pay 3, and then meet the condition of not having a card in hand.
No, you have to not have any cards when you declare the attack.
Yeah, so
Is it on now?
Say it again.
Amulet of Ignition. Robot. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so you have to have no cards in hand whenever this thing is being declared.
it looks like a rock to me.
Amulet of Ignition.
Amulet of Ignition.
Got me fresh out the kitchen. Mama rolling that. It's not working. It's not working.
So,
All right, so we'll talk about it the old-fashioned
no cards
way.
in hand, 3 resources floating. That's
Yeah.
what you gotta have happen.
So there's a number of ways you can do that. One is you can reduce the cost of rocking. And then if you overpitch a 1 with a blue, I play a 1 cost, I pitch a blue, I have 2 floating, Amulet of Ignition.
yeah, here comes rock
Here comes rock.
for 7.
For 7. Now, obviously, you had to spend a card at some point in the game
Yeah.
for 0 value.
So what you can't do, well, this would be in the 0 value.
Yes.
Yeah. But what you cannot do is the card that you're playing to have resources left over needs to be doing something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the card that you're playing with resources left over could have just been a 3 for 7.
It has to be. Now, that brings us to the next thing. Rolling Thunder. We got Rolling Thunder. This is an obvious way to do this. You look at all the brute 1 cost pump a weapon stuff, and there's a few things in there. Hit me with that Rolling Thunder, if you would, Bryce. Rolling Thunder. We could make that a cocktail in our new
Rolling
store.
Thunder.
Rolling Thunder. They could all be themed after games. See? Rolling Thunder.
See?
1 cost, roll a 6-sided plus X to your next brute attack.
We love D6s.
Let's just imagine that it's a 2-card hand for 13.
So you have this and a blue.
Yeah.
And an
You got
ignition
Amulet
in
on the
play.
table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something like a tunic.
Or a tunic.
Tunic works. It's around every 3rd turn.
Tunic
you got
works.
the resource flow.
Yeah, tunic works.
So you play this, you roll a 6, you get +6, you swing rock for 13.
13. Easy.
2 cards,
You just
13.
won the game. I mean, that's 7 per
6.5
card,
value
essentially. Yeah,
per card. 6.5, right?
yeah 6.5 is about 7.
Yeah, 6.5 value per
Napkin
card.
math. Yeah.
That's broken.
How can you beat that?
Yeah, the rock is broken.
Then you've already got you've got Energy Potion.
You know what'd be really funny?
I had been playing Lich King, whoever asked that.
At some point, and thematically, they should have weapons that are half rock or left rock, right rock. And it's this rock, but it busted in half after getting used.
Left rock or right rock.
You know what I mean? So then now you have like 2 rocks, and they're like, anyways, it'd be hilarious.
Jim also says, of course, this is a brandish. You can do a 1 for a 3 damage attack if it hits your next weapons +1, and then swing rock
Yeah.
for 8.
It's right there.
It's also right
With
there.
it every 3rd turn with the tunic.
You could do Energy Potion.
E-pots.
E-pot plus Amulet of Ignition is no cards, and you just make this thing happen.
Or the 2 E-pots makes it happen, no cards.
2 E-pots makes it happen.
You just had to get 2 E-pots into play.
Yeah, of course, you wasted a lot of time.
That said, Brutes have one of the best cards in the entire game, Scabskin Leathers.
Yeah.
Which is their, they commonly have the issue of, I rolled 5, I have an extra action. They never have the issue of I rolled a 1 and I have none action.
No, that never happens. I've never had that happen to me.
Oh, man. So I remember back in the day you were playing potions because you'd be like, if I have an extra action point, I put it down.
I can just drop it.
And then here we go.
And then I realized that potions don't block. And I was like, I'd rather block with a card than just have it in my hand and hope I roll a 5.
A guaranteed 3 value is a lot of value to guarantee.
Yeah, so there's actually a lot of ways to do this. A surprising amount of ways that don't require all that much. Like, I think the actual decks that are running Rock are probably going to be Tunic or Deep Blue. Now think about Deep Blue. One card becomes 7 damage with Deep Blue.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're in Blitz, maybe. That's where we're living.
I think it's a Blitz. Yeah, Deep Blue is a Blitz. Otherwise, Constructed is probably Tunic, Rolling Thunder, probably it. I mean, I don't think I would go all out on Ignition and stuff just to swing for 7.
No, I think Tunic's all you need.
You can't waste 3 value playing Ignition to gain 7 value later. That still just means you're at 2 for 4 on that turn.
Run the club or whatever. Club Brute, yeah. But I do think Tunic with 1-costers that have Go Again that do something.
That's nice.
That's a fine exchange.
That's nice, and that's why that Wizard promo that we're putting in the subscriptions this time around, SAP, exists to get rid of the Tunic counter so that Brutes can't rock the Wizard.
Because Rock is too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right here. I mean, maybe this whole supplemental set is based around things that work well with Tunic.
Look
at that card. Oof. Can you pull that promo back up, Bryce?
I feel like...
Got you on manual pops today now, don't we?
The Rock is...
It's a Rock in the building.
We're saying card names so fast. I feel like Rock is showcasing how tight Fab Design has to be. You're missing the difference between 5 and 7. And I absolutely love it. Like, it's crazy, these little incremental changes that do fundamentally change everything.
Yeah. It's just tiny value. It's really cool. And the prevention mechanic might matter. It says robot is on, and I can't get it to turn off, Bryce. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. We've built a system that breaks itself.
It's alive.
It's alive. Yeah, it's sentient. He was like, robot is always on.
I like over and Bryce is doing this.
All right, let's go to the next card. Can I even do that anymore? I think I can. Yeah, we got it.
Blazin' Yori.
That's your second cycle saying swing fist, think later. Now you have to discard a card for that, which is why nobody likes that card, including me. I don't know. Things just got weird.
There it is.
We're back.
So it's a ninja equipment chest piece. It looks great. 1 block. Okay. And now, heretofore, ninjas don't necessarily have a chest piece that they're crazy about.
Is that true? Not even Tunic?
I mean, Tunic is fine.
All right, well, here's what this one does.
Tunic is great. Side note.
Basically, it blocks for 5 on Chain Link 4 or higher once.
All right. So this is particularly useful against ninjas.
Mm-hmm.
It could be good against Draconic Illusionist.
Yeah. A bunch of little Dragos.
Or any Illusionist. They have all those little things.
Some warriors.
Now,
some warriors, potentially.
The thing about Draconic Illusionist that makes this less good is if you have it on the table, Chain Link 3, and then they're like, oh, I'll break the chain. And like you've already played the red cards, you still have Go Again.
That's exactly the issue, yeah.
Yeah.
So you need things that want to be on higher chain links, that is necessary for their cards to work.
Currently in the Phi Mirror, I think this is a huge value card.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would you
But then they both have it, so it's kind of...
Maybe. Does someone play Tunic? Does someone play this? Like, is there I'm going first, so I know I'm technically in not the tempo seat? Because, like, you go first, they block, they draw back up. Then they put you on pressure.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one that's blocking, so, like, this can let you pivot without spending the cards necessarily and avoid the hit effect.
This could be good in Blitz, too, obviously.
It's way better.
But, like, Dash Pounder, I guess they could just break the chain, though, couldn't they? Or do they have chain things?
No, they don't. They just break the chain.
They just break the chain.
Only really matters in the Phi Mirror right now.
This is just a gotcha card for the guy who's playing you that doesn't know how to break the chain.
Yeah, which it makes sense, though, given the way that what's the name of the mechanic where it blows up on Chain Link 4?
Rupture.
Rupture. So given the Rupture mechanic and this cycle being Like this is the Dynasty, like seems like the conclusion of the Uprising packet.
That's true. It perfectly blocks all those cards, doesn't it?
Yeah, because they actually care about it being Chain Link 4.
Yeah. And the Lava Burst is 5. The Destroy Your Arsenal one's 5. Right?
All the Rupture are Chain
They're
Link
all
4.
5. But do they all do 5 damage?
Oh, yeah.
I think they're all 5 damage.
Well, one of them does like 3 damage directly to you.
Right.
But no one plays that one.
Yeah, well, they might now.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing how this works, right?
I honestly think it's kind of like a Phi mirror in Blitz counter.
It looks like everyone's saying this is just a Phi counter, but only ninjas can run it. So maybe this is Katsu saying like, "What up? I can beat Phi. I'm the ninja now." Or maybe not.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, so that's a weird one, but I have to imagine over time we're only going to see more and more things that care about higher chain links.
Yeah.
That's design space. As
Yeah,
the kids say
they're
that
just
can be
seeding
explored
some
more.
answer for Ninja to some problem down the road.
Second Cycle is saying, I really disliked this chess piece. Feels like it's only there for the Phi mirror and it seems restrictive. I will say though, that's true, but I think the Fab design is very similar to what FFG like to do and what a lot of design teams like to do, where they will seed cards into a card pool that you will get to rediscover later whenever additional sets come out, and you're like, how am I gonna? And it's like, oh, I got this old thing in the armory. All right, moving on. I believe I'm locked out currently.
Man, it is
Jonathan's
day.
logging in here.
You know what's next?
No, I don't. No,
Couldn't-
I have no
there we
idea.
go. We're
You
back,
can-
we're
you can
back.
help me out. Could be an Ira card. That's true. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get in now. Did that work for us?
Yep.
Looked like it did.
Water glow, yeah.
Water glow lanterns. Everybody loves the art on this.
it is cool. Have you seen the full art?
What is the rarity on that chess piece? Ooh, we got the bots.
I think the chess piece is majestic. I'm on the block duty.
Got the box.
The bots. Bots are back. Oh, they're advertising hot young singles in our area.
So the water glow lantern is coming through. It's a new type of pitch variation. The yellow one here, they all cost 0. They all go again. They all block 2. The yellow one though, you reveal top card of your deck. If it's a yellow pitch, you create a spectral shield.
I adore this.
Yeah. If the blue one, if it's a blue pitch, you create a spectral shield. The red one is red, and it checks out because like Dromai can use this. She will want to use the red one. So red, go again, reveal the top card of your deck. You can verify that it's red. You can get a spectral shield token, which she can't just normally get. And I think that the verification of something red and it being a red go again makes it potentially a playable card for her. Same with like Prism, although rest in peace in your living legend status. The yellow version is a yellow pitch card to give go again if she needs to pitch it. Otherwise, she can just get a spectral shield, make sure the top card of her deck is something that she wants, etc., etc., etc.
But is it ever actually good though?
Depends.
You
on
can use it for sure in those various ways, but like, is one card worth a spectral shield and turning your dragons on? Like, don't you have better options than that?
It depends.
Or maybe it's an all blue deck or something, and you're able to.
I mean, there's to me, is there value in knowing what the top card of your deck is? So if I have Dominia out, am I gonna risk attacking with it if I don't know there's a red on? This helps because it's like, oh, I reveal, I know it's
Okay.
gonna be a red.
Okay.
Or if you have Ravenous Rabble in your deck, which they typically do, it's like it's nice to know it's red before you go for it. Because if not, you could Arsenal Rabble and save it as a red for next turn. But that's only so valuable.
Yeah.
And I
just
think
hard
the
to
other piece
see
is
it,
like,
really.
how valuable is a Spectral Shield? Right now for Dromai, not that valuable. She can't attack with a Spectral Shield.
Mm-hmm.
Prevents 1 damage. So it's like, with Prism at least, it could... This is a card you can pitch to get go again on everything, so it's yellow. Hits that meter. But then it is a damage that also prevents, so it's a 0 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
That also lets you know what's on top of your deck, if that's valuable to you at all.
So it's kind of trying to sneak in there. I do like Wyatt. I think has the best point here. If an Iris of Reality deck exists, this is actually a pretty good.
Because it's a blue, great.
Yeah, it makes the
creates a
shield,
shield.
You swing with it. Swing with the shield. So that exchange is worth 6. That's not terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 cards for 6.
But again, more cards that you look at and you say, there's got to be a reason they're making this. And I can't wait until there's a good reason to use this.
I don't know though. Like I said that about all those amulets that we haven't found a reason for. I mean, eventually, 1,000 monkeys, 1,000 typewriters. Every card becomes useful if you keep printing enough cards.
I mean, we got to get the alchemist right.
Yeah.
There's got to be some crazy.
But isn't it strange to print so many cards that are dead until a class comes along and says we're going to make the value of these higher?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not exactly ideal, is it?
I don't.
I think they thought they'd be used more.
I think that people like to block. You know what I mean?
Well, they taught us that in New Zealand, and then we
adopted their methodology.
we adopted it, and now they're giving us these no block cards. Speaking of brute. All right, what's next? Is that it? Are we done?
Nope.
It's one of their specialities.
We're coming up next.
Predatory Streak.
Predatory Streak. Now, this is interesting because there's no way to know what it does. It's a promo, though.
We can guess.
Create 3 crouching tigers in your banish zone. You may play them this turn.
0 cost. Go again. 3 crouching tigers. Blocks 2. No way to evaluate this at all. What do you think crouching tiger is?
Well, okay, let's think about it.
Is it going to be a hidden dragon?
There probably is. And you know what? Not a huge fan of that. I don't like to cross my fictional boundaries, you know?
But is crouching tiger hidden dragon?
Is that an actual form, like
does
in
it
like Kung Fu or
predate
something?
Yeah,
Let's
I don't
look
know.
it up.
Does it predate the movie stuff?
Let's find out. Let's find out. Because if that's just a movie name, not as cool. Tiger, hidden dragon, meaning of name. How about that? Is that a good Google search?
Google if that's a good Google search.
Meaning of name. What is the meaning of the title? Literal translation of the Chinese idiom which describes a place or situation that is full of unnoticed masters. An existing Chinese idiom, so it is totally fine.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So
I was completely wrong. So what does a crouching tiger do?
I'm assuming it's a token,
Well, yeah, okay.
right?
Yeah.
Also, the fact that it goes into your banish zone. Do you ever feel like we're gonna get a Shadow Ninja?
Yeah, definitely. But you gotta imagine what I mean. Fab is always more conservative than I think it is.
So to me, it's a 0 cost red card with Go Again that does creates 3 of these. The value of each of them is gonna be 1.
Yeah, it has to be.
Like mathematically,
Yeah.
it's 1 plus like maybe you can use these at any point and they don't go away, so it's like stored value. Because a 0 that blocks 2 should be actually worth 4.
Yeah. So it maybe is this is a tiger token that I can do 1 to start building chain links later on in the game. Like I have these little tigers sitting here, and then it's like, oh no, I have a hand where I didn't draw what I need for my Kodachis or whatever. I'm gonna send a tiger or 2 to get my chain links built up.
That's cool. If it just acts as a chain link, so you can basically threaten that third mask momentum chain link.
Yeah, there you
using
go.
Cards. So it's like chain link, play a attack.
Mm-hmm.
And these are kind of free chain links.
Although, I kind of have a feeling they won't have Go Again. That's Fab design in a nutshell right there. It's like, yeah, you get 1 value permanently on the table, but you got to use it at the end of the chain or Razor Reflex it
it's
or
kind
whatever.
of fun.
Yeah.
It's like, end of the chain, here's 0 for 1. No Go Again.
Yeah, you have like a Kodachi Tiger threaten to draw. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, it'd be cool though. It could also be a +1 attack reaction. That's a good idea from Goon. Of course, we just don't know, so we can't really speculate much, can we?
Looks cool.
Yeah. I like that full art. Is that like a promo that somebody's given away for something, or
No idea.
Is that
I think it's in like an armor kit.
armory promo?
Yeah, I think it is.
This is me. Hey, Zach, look at this weapon.
It's a dagger. Man, Warrior
Light is not my warrior.
Warrior is that friend.
It's great, man.
That friend that is always there, but never noticeable.
Always willing to
You know what I mean?
drive to the store with you.
Well, it's just like that friend. You're like, hey, who wants to go grab lunch today?
Yeah.
They're like, I'm there.
Yeah.
And then later tonight, if Shannon was like, oh, how'd lunch with your friend go? You'd be like, it was good.
Yeah, like
It's not like there's no drama.
Yeah.
There's no crazy. There's nothing. It's not. They never bought the lottery ticket. They never have the issue. The card didn't break down. They're just there for you.
They're just there.
Reliable,
That's right.
and they're there for you.
It's the Toyota of classes.
It is the Toyota classes, man. It is efficient and reliable. You can get
I don't know if it's
300,000 miles on
efficient.
this.
I don't know if it's efficient. So one thing I love is daggers as an idea.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Many watching might not know that I had a thrilling career as a child in what we called melee, which I think most people would have called it that, where we attacked each other with padded weapons. Really fun for many years of my life. And I loved, there was one guy, he was like 25. He looked like a pirate. And he ran around with 2 daggers. He called himself a sword dancer. Let me know if I'm getting a little too nerdy for you.
I'm here.
Sometimes he would have one.
In this case, I'm the warrior.
Sometimes he would have one down and one up. You know, he's like, and then there was some variations on that. I played rogue and WoW for a while and had the double dagger thing going on. So I love the idea of like fast, quick warrior stuff. That isn't ninja stuff, it's warrior stuff, but it's just like excellence with daggers. It's not good, it's warrior stuff.
What do they say in the legally distinct?
Yeah, legally distinct.
Legally distinct.
This is not ninja stuff, this is warrior stuff.
Yeah.
So I love the idea of it. That ability though, so let's compare it to Kodachi's, right? Natural thing. Kodachi's have go again if you pitch a blue 0 cost, right?
If you pitch a 0 cost.
Just a 0 cost, yeah. It's usually just blue. So pitch a 0 cost, get go again on your 2 daggers. This one is, you have to have given something go again to have this one have go again. Now, in the current mix of warrior weapons, most of them don't work well. Not the dagger added to the mix, not the new axe added to the mix, not the existing axes really. Not the existing. I mean, the sabers are fine for combo, and then you got Dawnblade, and then you got Raiden, which also doesn't work.
Yeah.
So we're not on a high efficiency weapons work for warriors well alliterative poem there. But I could easily see something coming along, like some kind of a main hand rapier or something that says, haha, and then it has go again through some natural mechanic, or if it hits, it has go again. So that then the dagger is a free 1 that you don't have to spend a card giving the first strike go again to get the benefit of 1. But even so, I mean, I think it's still got some play. I mean, again, we talked about rock. It's like 2 damage more on the weapon is like a big deal.
Yeah.
So if you can put together a weapon kind of combo that adds 1 randomly for free, basically, because you've got the resources floating, that gets pretty good.
So,
and you build chain links if that's ever going to matter to warrior, which it might.
This is not a sword.
It's not a sword, no. But slice and dice works.
Yeah. Slice
and dice has daggers.
I mean, the
razor reflex works.
One of the upsides of this is if you are spending the card to give the first thing go again, this is a second thing you can do with built-in go again.
Yeah.
So that you can follow it with a thing.
Yeah.
Like warrior doesn't typically play the 4-card hand pattern.
Right.
But if you have to pitch the swing sword and then you give it go again and have, like, let's say, I don't know, 1 floating, you could technically swing dagger, or you had the extra card, like finishing with CNC or doing something at the end of a chain or snatch.
It's got to be 0 costers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunately the only way it works, because the warrior math is so familiar. I mean, I guess because I kind of always flips it on its head because the second swing is it the second saber?
Sword.
Yeah, okay.
Well, the young version.
Yeah.
So we could hypothetically get...
Hypothetically, we could.
She's got the draconic border. It feels like a good time for us to get the adult version.
She learned how to use a dagger. Easy.
And yeah, it's like her second weapon swing could be -1.
But here's an easy opportunity, right? So you pitch a blue, as all great warrior turns start. You swing with something like an axe or a sword for 2. And then you blade runner that thing, and then you dagger. So now we have generated 6 value across 2 cards. We love it. And now we have a floating action point and maybe a 0 cost snatch that we follow that up with, or a 0 cost wounding blow.
Yeah.
Right. We push the average up a little bit beyond 3 per card on that line. Past that,
warrior man.
Right now, it's just
that 4 per card threshold just eludes you.
It's not, it's not tantalizing. A slice and dice gets better. That's a card for 4 at red, even with this in the mix. So that's not bad. But like,
you need some reason to have this have go again.
Yeah, you got to follow it up, which I love.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, but we don't currently have a good way aside from like if we get a lot of Quicken tokens, which would be great. I'd love to have more Quicken tokens.
What if there was a warrior that we got that the first time they swing a dagger every round, they get a quicken token.
That would actually be bad. I wouldn't want that because then you waste it on the thing that already has go again. If you swing the second dagger, quicken automatically pops, right?
Well, if you had the quicken for the next round, then your first thing automatically has a go again. So then the dagger.
I mean, that'd be great, but if your first weapon generates quicken, then you can't swing the second weapon or you just blow the quicken.
Yeah, but if the first weapon's not a dagger, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if you swing if it was like a specific dagger person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like
so
if
this one
if the
gives
second
you the
swing gives you a
quicken.
quicken token. Yeah, you don't want.
We could get there. We could also just have it where like the first attack has go again naturally. That would be incredible, warrior. We would save so much time on warriors if we didn't have to spend the first attack, waste the go again on the first attack. That is where warrior the tracks come off, where the train comes off the tracks. That singular moment where you have to give the first swing go again is where you have to sink all of your value.
Mm-hmm.
And if you remove that, that gets really good then, suddenly, like probably too good. So I don't know. It's like, but by the time you're done with this chain, you've consumed your blue. So it just is like, well, how many good 0-cost cards are there to follow this up with? And that's something that like already happens. Like you already do that with hit and run, and you can add that to the chain. It's another 3 on top, and you already give that weapon go again. So we're gonna need more. We're gonna need to see where this goes.
Yeah, but I do like daggers.
I love daggers, and the idea of like that, just like warrior, just like a flurry of daggers, like a dream for sure. Yeah. So good. Yeah, so that's that. The dagger. I mean, it's just there's not much to say about it. It's basically just the same warrior weapon you've seen in a slightly different context, which is basically the game of Flesh and Blood. And honestly, that's why we like it so much, right? Surgeon Aethertide, speaking of the same card you've already seen, just a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the 2 resources for 2 arcane no-go against staff. It's not the 1 resource for instant next thing gets +1 staff. It's the 2 resources, 1 arcane go again, maybe +1 staff.
And it's also not the 2 resources for 3 damage on your opponent's turn if you play an action staff.
Or your turn 2 damage. 2 for 2.
It's 2 for 1
2
with
for
go
1.
again.
But it could be 2 for 2 if your next thing, if they take the arcane and then it buffs the next
Well,
thing.
it could be 2 for a lot if you have a way of making this deal more than 1.
Oh, well. But then we're running Kraken's Aethertide or Aethervein, and then it's absolute chaos if staffs can do more than the stated arcane damage.
Well, I don't know about that.
The moment that happens is out of control.
I mean, yeah, Krakens, you can draw a card.
No, you can draw a card for every damage you did.
Really?
Yes.
I don't understand.
Isn't that right? Hold on, let me make sure, because I've got the playmat. That's right? Yeah, no, Aethervein is insane.
That's what.
It's only 1 step away from being, like, out of control. Yeah. Draw a card for each arcane. Yeah. But in, like, PvE, if you hit 3 things with that staff and you draw 3 cards, it'd be incredible. But so, okay, when is this staff good? That's what we need to, that's the critical deck builder brain that we need to get into. It's good whenever the +1 to the thing that you're casting isn't just damage. It's got to have an effect tied to it. So we're talking about Reverberate. That pushes it potentially from, they could block 3 with the blue. Now they can't block 4. So you get a 1 damage and you get 1 resource that you can now play as an instant. That's an idea.
It's like Lessons in Lava, right?
Lessons in Lava is a great example.
But you could also just play Crucible. Now,
but it could get 1 more damage than Crucible would.
This is important. There will hypothetically be a moment in which Crucible is no longer playable.
That's true.
When Kayo hits Living Legend, it's probably good to have weapon. Like that's another lens we have to filter these weapons through.
But we also, honestly, we've got to consider that as compared to Crucible, in many situations, this could net you 1 additional damage. We already talked about how important 1 damage is.
Yeah.
Or you do the old, hey, how are you? And you say, I'm going to do 1 to you, 1 floating, and then they've got to decide, I've got 1 card in my hand. If you let it hit, this does 1 extra damage, and maybe it is a Lessons in Lava, and now you can't block it, and I go get the card I need. If you do block it, I just arsenal the card.
Yeah.
Right? It's the
Take
classic
a different path.
Aethervein.
Or because it's got go again, right?
Problem.
You do this, they block it, then you send like a Wounded Bull.
The old
at them
Wounded Bull.
for 8. It's like, there's 1 card out of your hand now, and now you got 8 coming at you. Good luck.
Or the Bingo. because you got the one floating. You throw that one for 5.
But it
bingo
is,
at 'em.
I'm going to be honest, it is so hard to be worth more than Waning Moon.
Yeah. Damage is good.
Unless there's a wizard that doesn't. And again, the first spoiler we got this season of that wizard card,
Surge.
it doesn't work with the staff specifically.
What doesn't?
The thing that your first thing gets +3.
Yeah.
But
First card.
it hints to me at a way of playing wizard that's not on your opponent's turn, which, regardless of what that ends up looking like, I am all in favor of.
Yeah, I like what
So
that
a
looks
staff
like.
that is not an instant, let's go. I love the idea of a wizard that actually plays on their turn. So this could easily just be the weapon of choice for that wizard. And we just haven't seen any of the other stuff.
And it
for
might be
yet.
like his battle wizard. Maybe it's the warrior wizard. We've seen, isn't the warrior wizard a thing?
Yeah, the Emperor.
the Emperor.
Maybe the Emperor has a staff in one hand and a sword in the other, and then it's like, I'll do one to you, and then I'll follow it up with a spell, but if you block this, I'll swing the sword at you instead. Maybe he can wield two-handers.
Maybe this is literally the Emperor's staff.
It could be.
Interesting.
Now, the other piece of this, too, there's another caveat here, but I don't think it's worth... There's got to be something else to do with this. No, there's not. There's really not, is there? Oh, Surge. That's at least an interesting mechanic. Can we pull up Sap again? Can we pull up Sap? Like, obviously, this is a new mechanic coming into play.
Yeah.
And so you might be looking at things that, like, if you hit with the staff and then Sap right after that, now all of a sudden it's 4 damage. Surge is going to trigger if they don't do something about it.
Yeah, and sometimes they can't.
So this seems to me like a staff that is built around the Surge mechanic, and you run a bunch of spells that have to do more than 1 damage. Do you still run Crucible instead? I don't know. Maybe some against decks that don't want to block in AB, you run the staff, and then against other ones you run Crucible.
And of note, right, the Crucible is +1 to the thing guaranteed, but it's also not threatening an extra 1 damage.
Right.
So
It's a classic.
I get where they're
It's a
coming
classic
from.
fat
Yeah.
math, man. Is that it, Bryce? Is that all we got? That's all of them. All right. Well, there's our spoilers for the week.
See you next week.
We're getting out of here.
All right.
Sayonara.
Back on. It's working now. John says it's working.
Robot is back on. Okay. Press R.
Yeah.
All right. It's like troubleshooting a printer. Okay. Robot is back on. I've got to fix this camera.
And let me make sure.
And we're going to play some Blitz. What are we going to look at today, Zach?
We're gonna.
Did you see Arsenal Pass stole our title?
What title?
Look at this.
You know what? Arsenal. Let's Wolfpack update real quick.
Yeah, let's go.
Arsenal Pass has stolen more than our title.
What did they steal?
Our countrymen,
Oh, no.
our neighbors.
Who did they take?
So
Did they get Delfico again?
Delfico has defected.
He did?
He's defected.
No way. That's hilarious.
to
After
Arsenal
such
Pass.
poor treatment
And-
from one Brendan Patrick.
well,
That's just crazy.
You know, honestly, we were having a chat. Here's what happened. We were having a chat as a Wolfpack.
He's too nice to be in Arsenal Pass.
We were having a chat as a Wolfpack, and we decided the rivalry had become unfair.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, to pass one over. It's like a Red Rover.
we passed 2 over.
And who else do you give him?
Well, if you lose Frisco,
Oh, you gotta lose.
you gotta lose Prism Mike.
Yeah, you gotta lose Prism Mike.
You gotta lose Prism
Wow.
Mike. So the Wolfpack has become U.S. only.
Oh, nice. You can wear that flag shirt finally.
Yeah, I'm ready. I got my shirt ready for Worlds USA. But they defected
That's
over
this
to
is
Arsenal
incredible.
Pass.
I didn't know this was happening.
So now the rivalry, of course, carries on, but honestly in good spirits. What actually happened? It wasn't that we felt like it was unfair, but what actually happened is both Mike and Dante, the time that they're available to test,
it's the same problem as last time. right?
same problem as last time,
Yeah.
and it happens to line up with when people in New Zealand might be looking to test or Australia, and it was just kind of a natural fit.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Very very amicable ish.
But you guys have picked up some people recently too, right?
Um,
Can they be named? Is it a secret club?
it's not really a secret club.
Well, who's been added?
Mr. M, this ongoing drama is hilarious. Yeah, no, it's cool. It is actually a good rivalry. I'm excited. I hope we get. I would love to play against Prism Mike or Dante.
You definitely got a good deal on that because Del Frisco has been washed up for about a year and a half now, as far as I remember it.
Oh man,
I haven't seen his name in the lights ever since the first Vegas event where he played Chain, and it's like, well, yeah, anybody could win with that. But
yeah.
what's he been doing since? He got like a job.
He was busy for a while.
Yeah.
He top 32 Pro Tour too. with Icelander. That was before Icelander was popular too.
Okay. All right.
John wants to know if I'm going to helicopter in and body slam the big man.
We're building up to it, aren't we?
Yeah. It's not particularly a secret club, although if I start naming names, I mean, it's a long list.
Yeah,
that was the other piece. The team got big. I think we were at 15 at one point, and we're kind of testing the 10 to 15 range. I just wanted to see what it was like to have a team that could test that much and generate that many results, and it is really helpful to have a larger team. Because you can play specialists at different stuff. Like if you need testing, and with the Worlds format, there's 3 formats to figure out. So like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot to wrangle in.
So to follow up on this, we put up our video last week.
So the Big Cheese saying, this Dante guy sounds pretty cool. Definitely not washed. You ever feel like the Big Cheese might be Dante?
Wait a minute.
You ever feel like it might be Dante?
Did he also change his like screen name to The Big Cheese?
I don't know. It just sounds fishy.
So last week we put up Is Blitz Broken Part 1, right? Arsenal Pass, 4 days ago, Breaking Blitz. I mean, get some new ideas, guys.
Stealing our team members.
Yeah.
Stealing our names.
They had a bunch of people, they paid a bunch of people to scoop to Brennan to get him to win something down there in Texas.
Yeah, there definitely felt like something going on there.
I think there was a little bit of shadiness there, for sure.
You know, need to prove himself.
Yeah.
And stack that resume a little bit. Just saying. I feel like if we don't get to have a Arsenal pack, at least a couple good Arsenal pack Wolf Pack showdowns at Worlds, might need to host a gauntlet of our own.
There you go.
To like, let's do it.
That would be super fun.
Yeah, it would be unfair though. We would dominate them.
It would also.
It would make your head spin.
Seemingly be a problem. But if you just keep adding people, then eventually the whole tournament will be a showdown between Wolfpack, Arsenal.
So I think it was Ian's.
It'll be political party.
Ian, who's on the Wolf, his wife he was telling her the story, and like she's followed along.
Yeah.
But growing up, she actually was her family watched wrestling apparently. And when she learned that Dante and Mike had defected to Arsenal Pass, she was like, this really is like the NWO in the 90s. So like everyone's on your team, and then it's splitting off and back and forth into different stuff.
Yeah, it's great.
It's an enjoyable just kind of drama piece to have going on.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, well, I'm going to turn this camera around, and we're going to see if Rhinar is broken. Is that the idea?
Let's just so it started because one of their complaints about Blitz.
Yeah. One
of them is that you can just lose on like turn 0, 1, or 2.
Turn 1, right? No game.
Another one is also just that you don't ever get the chance to pivot or to play the traditional back and forth of Fab. We started last week with 2 control decks against each other, which is the slowest the game should go.
And it felt really fine.
And it was like 7-8 rounds,
yeah,
which is reasonable. There was a constructed meta, it was like 3 rounds.
Yeah.
So Blitz is 7 or 8, but again, that's control versus control.
Yeah.
So now we're going to add a little bit of aggro. We have Rhinar and Kayo. Just to test the limits on what's possible here. I have Ultimate Icelander still.
Slapping KO. Where'd you get that KO deck? Did you build that yourself?
So
throw a bunch of 6s into your hands?
I actually referencing the it's a notable deck. Like I went on the Blitz. I have a link real quick. I want to get this right.
Here, yeah. And while you're doing that, I'm going to take us on a ride. Everybody, hide your eyes if you're worried about.
So this is
your stomach.
Siren Harrigan in a skirmish featured on the Fab website. Their KO list.
Is he one of the developers?
Yeah. And then the Rhinar list actually is... Let me find
it. Is it Hayden's? Hayden plays some Rhinar now.
Is from Paul Naughton. And this was also a notable like skirmish winning Blitz list. Not much has changed for them since the last season. So these are reasonable, relevant decks. Obviously, we are new... You played Rhinar
I played plenty of Rhinar. We tested a bunch during the Blitz. Matt played Rhinar. Remember that?
Yeah, he still plays Rhinar. He's testing Rhinar for Worlds.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Devin's saying no shoes, Steven?
Yeah, sorry. You're not supposed to see that.
Allard, you don't wear shoes or socks?
I got flip-flops on.
You're one of those, what was I watching recently where the main character didn't wear shoes?
I wanted him.
Oh, I remember. It was the kind of docu-series about WeWork.
Oh, man, I loved that thing. I watched that.
We
don't work anymore.
It's not like we fail. It's like, what was it called?
That's right. Yeah, we get that. Yeah.
Anyways, he didn't wear shoes, notably, and it was like a weird thing. Discord is 10. I'm just waiting for Zach to defect to Arsenal Pass and Dante to join the Wolf Pack.
Man, it's just gonna be. It's just great.
You just never know.
Okay, where are we? What do we need to do? Can I play a brute?
You are going to play a brute. The thing is, I need a couple of cards because I only have so many copies of them from your Leviathan deck.
Yeah.
You should have a red Barraging Beatdown.
I sure should. If I don't, something has gone terribly wrong. Oh, this was from the Starvo meta. Oof.
May she rest in
that
peace.
Was a mess.
All right, one. All right.
What else do you need while I'm in here? You swing bigs, probably?
Hold on. I'm just going to go through card by card. So definitely that. I only need one of those.
Oh.
We need 2 of the card. Yellow pitches for 1, discard a card, draw 2, +2.
Right, the card.
The card.
Yeah.
Barraging Beatdown.
Blood Rush Bellows.
That's what I meant. What is 1 swing big?
Yeah.
So 2 Blood Rush Bellow, 1 swing big.
How many Bonehead Barriers do you need?
0. Does not exist.
Doesn't even work against rock. Come on now. Truly a bonehead move against that.
Alright. Feel free to peruse.
I have a feeling I'll pretty well know what's in there.
Yeah, you do. I brought some things that you might want.
We're playing claws, I imagine?
You do. You should have the claws in your Leviathan deck.
It's so unromantic. I can't stand claws. I just can't stand them, dude.
I can't stand them.
I want to run the club. I want to run Hexagore. I like a simple swing it once weapon.
So, according to this list, it might need to be updated, but it's Arcanite Skullcap.
Yeah. It could be the new one.
Yeah. Gambler's Gloves or Goliath Gauntlet. That's going to be your choice.
Yeah.
Mandible Claws, Scabskin Leathers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play Oldham to start, by the way. What are you missing?
What are we doing? We got a tunic or what? What are you doing? So bark bone.
Bark bone.
Yeah. I don't even know if I have bark. I don't know
it's right. It's right
bone.
here.
Oh, there it is.
I got you.
That's another way you can claw or you can rock. Just roll a 6 right there.
Just roll a 6.
You roll a 6 right here, and you just swing for. I mean, that's crazy. Can you imagine? 0 cards for 7.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And then this
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Freaking busted, dude. Okay, what am I doing? What am I getting? I'm getting a piece of equipment.
So apparently the crown is a huge upgrade for this deck. So really it's Crown of Providence, even though it looks like a skull cap.
Just getting you close to your blood rushes at the idea?
No idea. I mean, it's you block and you get an extra card in hand from Arsenal.
Yeah. Yeah, so. Brute loves that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do I have... Look at these Bolton cards. Wasn't that fun? Back when that worked. This equipment. I don't have any of this equipment.
What are you looking for?
Like the Goliath Gauntlet or anything
right
like
here.
that? Oh, you got it.
I brought all the pieces you needed.
Great. Lovely. And then, do we need this hat? Is that somewhere in my stuff?
No,
you do.
I only have 1 Crown of Providence, right. So we're gonna split the difference.
Yeah, Mandible Claws. Come on, Colin. They're savage. Yeah, exactly. They're not. You know, back in the day, Brute was a sophisticated class where you would carefully craft your hands with your discard effects. You would swing your romping club to finish the turn. It was oppressive. You could go into a fatigue mindset. But now everybody's just obsessed with Blood Rush, Bellow, Claw, Claw, Claw. Here we go. I play my power cards. It's a combo deck.
Also, I forgot to show you these.
I'm a gambler's man.
Are
those blackout dragon shields?
No,
There's a Lamborghini.
Our friend Matt, who was on our team in Vegas, showed up to the national championship with these sleeves.
Oh, wow. Those are great, man.
Oh, man.
That's actually quite funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm way off.
He had a whole bunch of them for the crew. I used them in my limited games.
I'm going to devote this game of Brute to Mansant himself.
All right. You know what? This is one of my favorite. Look at this card in cold foil. Coronet Peak.
Yeah, it's
that
great.
card is disgusting. In like the best way.
Does anyone actually use it? You know?
This is the weirdest camera setup.
Is it the weirdest we've had?
It's not that weird.
It's pretty normal, man.
I feel like it's closer to me than normal.
Do you want me to zoom out?
It's okay. I will survive.
This one goes to Ethan for beating Pablo.
Africa, will there be a Wolfpack sleeve subscription? There will not be. Period.
Oh, Mansan, what's up in the chat?
Don't be spoiling this number for me.
Does Tarek still have it? He still got it?
Maybe won the Canadian National Championship like a month ago.
I'm beginning to think he might be an intelligent dude.
All signs would point to that being the case, yeah. Whether it's multiple fab wins or the fact that he's a doctor. But not all doctors are smart. Let me tell you
Some
that.
doctors are just body mechanics.
That's right.
Okay. Just put the bone back where it belongs, stitch it up, done. You watch Scrubs, right?
Yeah. The classic sitcom. It's a sitcom, right?
Yeah. There's definitely a situation involved. So you got Stalagmite. What is that for? The Blood Rush turn, probably?
That is for any of your go against shenanigans.
And the Whale? Ugh, I hate old him, man. I think he's fine, but like, wow.
It got aggressive quickly.
It's just like all of his stuff is so good.
Yeah.
You just look at it and you're like, how is this all here?
Yeah, imagine if instead of this ability he had reveal 3 element cards and get +2 go again and dominate on your first attack.
Schmendrix, no, Dynasty is a supplemental set. It's not sealed or draft at all. Which I hope they change at some point. But it also might be a function of just design limitations. I think designing 3 really good Blitz or draft sealed sets for Flesh and Blood and not breaking Constructed in the process is probably very difficult. But I don't know. I mean, buy more designers, right? I don't know the answer.
Do you have a Rhinar?
Buy my book.
Was I supposed to provide that?
No, we can just put it off a Rampage. It's basically a Rhino.
I had it.
There we go.
I was there for you. All right. So, even Steven, we'll get a handful of games in because I just want to see how often you can. So, Oldham should be like almost best position to deal with your shenanigans.
Yeah,
right?
it should be impossible.
Tons of armor.
Yeah.
He's got the frost tokens. But there are definitely hands where you can do stuff and I can do absolutely nothing about it.
All right, let's go. Let me go first then.
All right.
Don't even roll the die. Let me go first a bunch of times and see if I can ever kill you.
I'm going to see.
Not with all that armor. There's no way. There's no way. I think these are all overblown. All these elite players are just speaking out of their proverbial...
The average deck does not have 11 armor that gives you 2 frostbites.
Well.
What have we here? Get this out.
Well, there's smart things to do. We're trying to break this, right? We just want to see.
I mean, you can just play the game.
Well,
I want to see how many turns it goes. You'll hit your hands at some point if I don't kill you quickly.
Huh. I mean, all right.
This is game 1, Mr. M.
All right, let's pull it out here. Check this out. Now, if I roll Barkbone here,
Yep.
and I get a 1, worst case scenario, I pitch off a Rampage, Barkbone. I play double barraging into pulping. I draw a 6. I discard it. You're intimidated 3 times, and you take 14, effectively 14 damage.
And I get blocked with like 1 card.
Yeah.
Now, best case scenario, you hit 2 resources.
If I hit 3, I'll say the Claw Swing.
Yeah. Because you can't also do the Alpha Rampage thing.
Now, what you could also do, if you want to play the Rampage, Barkbone 3, play the Rampage, discard the Pulping, double barraging. Now you're in trouble.
Yeah, I have no hand.
You have no hand, and you're taking 9 plus 8.
I think
17.
you totally bark bonus, see what happens.
Bark bonus, see what happens. Turn 0, baby.
That's what we're talking about. But you know, may the D6 be in someone's favor.
Ever in your favor.
What happened?
I can't remember what a 1 does.
1 resource?
Yeah. No, gain money equal to half the number. So half of this is 0.5. What is 0.5 rounded down?
0. So let's okay. Sometimes it's 0, but let's just say
let's try it again.
Let's just say you hit a 6.
Let's just do this. Like how about a 4? That's a nice even 4.
All right, reasonable. So you get 2 resources. And don't forget you have Goliath Gauntlet too.
Yeah, we're gonna crack it all.
Yeah,
we're gonna crack it all. Yeah. Okay.
Sebastian, these are what are these things called?
That's a Winter's Whale. It's a weapon. It's a hammer.
Mini Snap.
Ultra's Pro,
Ultra
Mini,
Pro, Mini
Snaps,
Snaps.
etc. Yeah, cards with Michael saying, is that Michael? Is that the Michael?
That is Michael Fang.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This is why Hardened Crosshair was banned in Blitz, because right there's no risk. Yeah. You just get 2 right off the top, and boom, there you go.
Yeah.
You need health and
what
you
up,
need
Michael?
tokens, yeah?
I have health. I have tokens. I have a ton of tokens here.
Now, Michael Fang is a good player, right?
He's a very good player, yeah.
You guys traded Delphico for Fang?
That's
the greatest trade ever made. You may as well trade Michael Jordan for...
We traded Prism Mike and Dante Delphico. We didn't really trade. We gained Fang and then had 2 people stolen.
That's probably worth it. He's probably at least worth those 2.
He's a great guy.
I'll tell you what role I need to start playing in all of this, aside from just like constant lurker, is I need to actually like we need to run it like a franchise, and then I like try to work out trades in the background of like, all right, okay. It's like, all right, what's it gonna take to get you, Tarek? Like, what can we do to get you in the team?
He's on the old Team Dragon Shield.
All right,
Cards from Michael saying, chilling, just input in my losses to other Michael.
Yeah, that's Michael Fang, isn't it?
That was another piece of it. We had 3 Michaels on the team.
That's
so
impossible.
It's like it's 1 too many Michaels. Prism Mike, you've got to go. You just got to get out of here. All right, Goliath Gauntlet.
Yeah, and then we'll barraging twice there.
All right. Fine. You're not gonna see it. What are you doing?
I just like seeing him.
Get out of here. All right. You've Goliath Gauntleted. You've double red barraging.
I got 2 monies.
Huh?
So then I'm gonna leave the Rampage in here to at least give me 50% on the flip, even if. This will also mean that if I draw a blue and I hit the alpha, then I can get a clawing.
But you get 2 less intimidates.
What?
That intimidates me twice.
No, I can't play this. There's no way to play this, because I wouldn't have a card to discard.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not used to brutes being bad at the game. All right, we got to swing big here. Both good. So whichever one you don't pull is a really good arsenal card here. All right, swing big in the tank. It's a 6. That's going to trigger Rhinar, intimidate 1 more card. This one.
All right, so
I'm just so easy, it's like
I can block with a card.
It's like an intrigue challenge. Now, again, if this was yellow or blue,
this is +8.
We'd be in a good place. Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
In the middle of Miami.
And this has dominate, of course, if that matters to you. So pay 2 pulping for 6. 8 for Goliath Gauntlet. Excuse me.
I will block 2.
That's not good. So 6, that's 14 damage coming your way.
14. I need to not let your little D-react get me. Actually, you know what? Let's do it better. I'm going to pay 1. No, let's use these 2. I need to save that for later. Here, and then I will, sure, we'll go ahead and block here and here.
All right, so we're at 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
Take 10.
10 money. Okay.
Thanks for playing.
And then I get an arsenal.
And it could have been worse.
It could have been worse. I think this is didn't see any blues or anything, so this is why Brute can be problematic.
All right, these cards go back in my hand. We draw back up. Okay. So I basically start the game at 10 health.
I mean, if you want to look at it, glass half empty kind of thing.
I do. I specifically do. Red scarf for a scarf for 4 with Gogan. Aha! I came ready for this fight.
All right, hold on. I got to see if I can actually just win. And that's going to take some thinking. All right, this happens.
Oh, yeah,
this happens. One of these is gone. Okay. And then, I mean, we you just try to scab here, don't you? You do. You just try to scab here. I think that's right. No blocks.
Take 4. Winter's Bite.
I like that. Very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. I'll pitch for it then.
Yeah. And then we'll send the old warm hammer at you.
The hammy?
It's warm. Cold foil Winter's Whale looks awesome. I don't use it very often, but here we are.
That is just like that is the ideal. It's just so good. What you've done here.
What do you mean?
Because Brute needs cards.
Brute does need cards, yeah.
And now that I can't pitch a blue to play the Rampage, because I'm going to take this Frostbite.
It's a warm hammer.
Oh, now I'm taking 4.
Yeah. If I could Winter's Bite and Frost you, it would have been.
Oh man, I mean that would have been the perfect answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're gonna have to. Yeah, you're gonna have to crown here. Okay.
You don't know me?
Now we go. We don't even need the scabbies here. We go barraging, intimidate. I won't look at it this time, you know. Just
to be fair.
Yeah. Then we'll do. Yeah, Alpha Rampage, pitch a blue.
Cards of Michael saying you could have discarded Beast Within to Winter's Bite.
Yeah, I could have. Yeah.
To replace it.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to get an Arsenal card this turn instead, which I guess, yeah, that definitely evens out. You just discard Beast Within, get a fresh card, rather than pitching. You lose a card both ways. I'm going to get it back now. Yeah, that would have been better, for sure. Because then I have it rather than a random chance at getting something that might matter. Additional cost, discard this. So it's going to intimidate twice. These 2. And then we'll resolve Beast Within, and then
I see.
Look for a 6. It comes back to hand.
Yeah, because you would have had that in your hand already.
Right.
If you done Beast Within.
Right, so that could have helped me.
What's the helmet?
Because it's not really the Arcanite Skull. I got to remember it's the other. Also, I mean, the other thing too, though, with that Beast Within trigger, which is interesting.
What up, Goblin Reserve?
It's worth noting that line of play too. If you discard, you're guaranteed to get a 6 with it.
Yeah, you will definitely get a 6.
I was thinking I got to keep the 6. All right, we're coming in at 9.
You also didn't take any damage from it.
No, I did not.
Like Beast Within could deal damage to you.
It could. 9 plus 3 unless you block with 2 cards. So 12 coming at you.
Interesting. So, if I don't have a D-React in Arsenal, and this blocks for 3, then I'm taking 9 minus whatever armor I use. This doesn't have Gogan?
It doesn't have Gogan,
yeah. Luckily for me, I do have D-React in Arsenal. I'm going to pass blocking.
I'll pass it all as well.
Yeah. Sink below?
Yeah.
Sink below. Take 1.
Very nice.
But that's like fortuitous.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't you see? My turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
Let's swing a Frosty Hammer.
It's Frosty, eh?
Yeah, cold hammer.
This is a questionable decision I'm about to make. Yeah. We'll go here.
Yeah.
And then I'll sink this guy.
You got it. Let's It's a tough arsenal choice. Here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can't you see?
1, 2. Okay. We'll go this direction. All right. Let's play a little Blood Rush Fellow here.
As an additional cost to play it, discard a random card. Your brute attacks gain +2 this turn. If this card has 6 or more power, draw 2. And then go again. It's like your hand only has 6s in it. Got it.
It's a 6.
Intimidate. Puts it in. Rhinar with a 5-card hand. Spooky.
Draw 2.
Yeah, is it gonna be a blowout?
I guess we'll leave that there just so we... Now this is where you got to think about how to actually sequence this brute nonsense.
Well, it's usually claw, kill me.
There can be better though.
Mm.
There really can.
Don't take away my cards first. That ain't no fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think one option is this into this.
Mm-hmm.
That leaves me with 3. Or, you know, okay, you got 2 cards? 3 cards?
3 cards.
Okay, we do this. That takes care of that. Then we could do this. Okay. Then we could go here. Discard there. That leaves me with 3. It's not good enough either. Okay, understand. We could go here. That gets bad. You also got to worry about stalagmite a little bit too here. I've got to honor the fact that this frostbite's coming in.
Yeah, you definitely do.
And so we could do that line, and that ends up with, what do we end up with there? That's going to be 10 and 5. Does that kill you? 10, you go stalagmite, 8, 7, 6, maybe 5, 4, probably not. 4, 9. I think that does get it done. Brute's hard.
Yeah.
Admittedly.
Also, if there's a frostbite, there's also the possibility that this puts an arsenal card in my hand.
Yeah,
to
puts
block.
the card in your hand, yeah. Which could get you out of the two for a trap.
Yeah.
So we can do guaranteed here. Okay, go there. Little claw action, little moment there. That's probably right. Let's do it that way. Pitch here, claw for 5, 2 floating.
Sure. I still gotta win this game somehow.
Just live. I don't know. There's a couple of ways. It's kind of fun being back in the Rhinar saddle because it is some of the more interesting play patterns actually. This feels good. Brush
3.
could go again.
Take 2.
Yeah.
What up, Azareth? Saying afternoon. How you guys doing? Doing well. Playing some Fab on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday. Go claw for 5.
Yeah. We will pass block.
Pass your action.
Let's go staunch from Arsenal.
That's a stinker. You got 1 in hand.
Mm-hmm.
You got 7 health.
What?
How much health do you have?
7.
You haven't stalagmited or anything?
Nope.
Okay. Ergo, vis-a-vis this 8 out of hand, you block with, I mean, it's kind of a mess for you no matter what, how this goes. Let's play smart then. Let's just go yellow smash instinct for 8 with intimidate.
8, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're definitely doing 2. One card in hand, no resources, no action.
Mm-hmm.
3.
This should be the end of the line, really.
4. 6.
Wow.
Take 2. You have those nasty D reacts
Arsenal and pass it over to you.
that I prefer not to die to.
Yeah, well, that's one way to do it.
Jumpstream recently discovered your channel by going down a Keyforge rabbit hole. I'm going to be sent broke with all these great card games if you keep it up. Love the videos, guys. Well, hey, thanks for being here. Glad to have you, and glad you found us. All right, over to me, he says. Let's send a Frosty Hammer for 4. Problem Obsidian is that I did not have any ice cards to react with. If I had a nice reaction to react with, it could have messed Steven up potentially.
Yeah, that's why I kept playing really conservative with... I had an extra card in hand. This would have gone on top of the deck instead of Arsenal with the Ice React. I'm also worried about that. I don't know if you run Blizzard or not, that kills Go again on something.
Yep.
So I had a yellow to fit. Like, I was trying to...
You should be
I
aware
didn't want
of
to get bamboozled.
the Dunkertons.
Okay. This is a big decision. Big reputation.
Big reputation. Big reputation. Obsidian, he asked me if it was a red. It was not. So I had a blue pummel, which I pitched. He intimidated my blue Winter's Bite, and I blocked with a Okanold, which is not an ice card.
Yeah, we're just gonna try to get this done. I don't feel like time favors Rhinar really. I'm gonna block 4 there.
Okay. You should try to get it done.
Yeah, because like it's just gonna get worse for me as you
Now
stabilize.
that said, like I'm running low on armor.
Yeah.
So the right hand is definitely gonna kill me.
Yes, that's what we're hoping for. All right, let's do a wild ride. We're gonna float 1. Draw, discard.
You can randomly do it.
You got to touch it. Intimidate. It is a 6 with Go again. Coming at you.
Cards name?
1 in hand, 1 in the arsenal. You got any more armor tokens?
That was all I had from last week.
Okay.
But, let's block 3.
Pass.
Old him Earth Ice.
Nice. Isn't that banned now?
Inconstructed.
Through the window is excellent.
Yeah, it is a Rhinar kind of day.
Put a card on the thing.
Yeah, and prevent 2, so I'll take 1 damage from
You
it.
got it. That's good. That's good stuff.
Pulse of Isenloft, baby.
He's got the tools, man. Oldham's got the tools. Bobby Hillo getting the dillo on
We
that
will
one.
see about that.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Endless Winter.
Nice.
So it's not fused, which means the only thing that's applicable 8 damage, but then if it hits until the end of your turn, whenever you activate an ability, so anything with a colon, you get a Frostbite. So like you swing a claw, activated ability. You do Scab Skins, it's activated ability. Rhinar doesn't count. Playing a card doesn't count.
Right. Okay. So we're going to take a different turn here then is what you're telling me.
Take 8, do 4. See you later.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 8 here.
It's my 4th turn. Yeah, I think that's right. I have to hope and pray that my 3 armor and whatever I draw is enough to not die and somehow kill you. Surely it is, right?
Shirley.
Don't call me Shirley.
Don't call me Shirley. All right, Blood Rush here.
No, son of a gun.
2. Discard a random card here. You wanna do me a favor there?
Nailed it.
Well, there it is. It's a 6. Intimidate here. Draw 2.
Are you able to run all 6s?
That's
What's your percentage of getting?
it's like 95% or something. It's super high. There's cards like Blood Rush Battle that aren't a 6, but usually you play that and pitch the thing that's not a 6, and then it's the only thing that's low.
We should do a podcast about hand size, different games and how it feels.
There are games with, remember Thrones? You have like a 20 card hand.
So I swing with a claw, I get a frostbite.
Yep.
I swing with a claw again, I get a frostbite.
It is an endless winner. Don't you see?
The question is, do you play through that? Or do you accept it? Because we could go, and the other thing you've always got is you've got the potential to make a terrible decision when Scabs get leathers.
Just terrible. Why in the world? If you
You've run the math on that. That's 1 in 36 or
if
1
you
in
use
1 in
Scab
6.
Skins, it's 1 in 6. Gambler's Go is 1 in 36. If you use it, you get a frostbite.
Oh, that's probably not great.
Yeah, yeah. If you get a frostbite and then you lose your actions, it's like, oh, it didn't matter. I guess that doesn't, if you miss, it doesn't matter. Azareth, Burr, it's cold in here.
Okay. 6. Got it. Yeah. All right, now it's just, do you have any weird, dumb, funny business?
I mean, does an ice react and a frostbite token mess you up?
Yeah.
Could be funny. For some of us.
It definitely does mess me up.
Got him. I could probably do that. Odds are high. There's a lot of ice cards in this deck.
All right, let me see how bad it could actually go. So I swing. I get 1 Frosty Boy. I put a card on the top of my deck. And then I get another Frosty Boy because you block with a shield.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm on 2 Frosty Boys. I've got no money. That is going to be a bad turn for me. Right off the bat.
Could go very poorly.
Old him is the worst.
Yeah, he's
just the worst. I used to be able to just, crack into that turtle shell and all of that, but now it's just a complete disaster. Okay, second best lines then.
I also might not have ice react at all.
You might not have an ice react at all. I know you don't have an ice earth. That's for sure.
Yep. If I do, I cheated.
You use stalagmite, you use the reaction. You go down to, okay. This here, let's just assume, actually, you know what? Let's assume this here. And we get 2 Frostos.
Two Frostos.
We get no money.
What is this? Okay.
At that point, you've spent a card only and a thing. So this isn't going to get through there.
Now it is important to note. If let's say I have an ice react. I am only currently having 2 cards to block with.
Yeah. But then if
Plus
this
3
all happens, the best I can do is swing the claw again.
For 5.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Not enough. But if I roll Scabs, let's just say I roll Scabs.
Quiet. Pulse is legal, but I already used it for my double reaction earlier. So that would mean somehow a card on the bottom of my deck is now on the top of my deck.
Let's say I do roll Scabs. And if I do hit 2 actions, let's just imagine that. I do hit 2 actions. And then let's go here to play here. Oh man, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, dude.
Now,
But if I roll a 1, which I've already done during the game, so like that's not going to happen again. Impossible.
So, worth reiterating. Well, not reiterating. Worth remembering. You have 2 of the D-React in hand that just does 2 to me automatically.
Right. So we get it. But I've seen one already. It's at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
It's probably about right here.
So you have some odds to just kill me if you can get me even down to 2.
Yeah. Obsidian asking, why aren't you just playing your cards? Because they don't have go again. That's the answer to your question.
I say stack them deep and roll them.
I could swing for 10 here. You got 3 in hand.
Block 9. Hope I can do something with that.
Yeah, block 9, pitch, swing. We could also block 6, pitch, swing. You've got to use armor. But I'm really just not using my, not using all my cards very well here. This is kind of the brute problem too, is you can't really block super well because you don't really know what the Blood Rush is going to dig out for you. So if we do that, let's just look at how interesting that gets.
Scott asking, how would 2 Frostbites happen? So the hit effect from Endless Winter is online, which means anytime Steven activates an ability, anything with a colon, he will get a Frostbite. So if he activates the clause, he gets Frostbite. If I block with Stalagmite, he gets another Frostbite. And if I Ice React, he's at 2 Frostbites minus 1 card, which might put him in a really weird situation.
So the best way this turn can go, use Stalagmite and Frost React. Let's just say we do hit the 2 and just make a look at it. Frost React here, Stalagmite, 1 Frostbite. Action to me. I go 1 here, and then finish up with Claw. So that's like definitely winning the game. If I hit a 4 or higher on
50-50 shot to win the game?
the leathers. Meantime, I could do 10 with Intimidate, leaving you with 2 cards, 10 damage coming at you. Let's say you block 6, 7. Maybe you have to waste your shield so you don't go down to 1. Just die to Reckless Swing.
I would definitely block with the shield, yeah.
So you waste a Frostbite in that situation, which is great for me. And that's pretty safe.
But then I get a 2-card hand.
Yeah.
Which the best I could probably do is send 7 back at you.
Uh-huh.
You have to probably block with 2 cards.
And now we could be getting the slog.
So now you're in the 3-card.
So the question is, on the oddsometer, how do you like a 50-50 chance
I take the 50
to win? Yeah. 1 in 6 chance to lose.
So let's say 50-50 to win, but if you roll a 2 or a 3,
it's fine. It's the same thing.
You can still take the normal one. So it's really a
to 1 in 6 to lose.
50% chance to win. 2 out of a 33% chance to do the exact same thing you would do anyway, and then
is it 12.5? I can't remember.
No.
What is 1 in 6? 16.
1 in 6 should be a 17% chance.
I can't take a 70% chance to lose. But if
you don't lose,
if I roll a 1 here, dude, it's over. Dude.
Sometimes Old Him's 4-card hand is swing the hammer.
Dude, no, you can't waste a Blood Rush. You lose here if you roll a 1.
Maybe.
All right, let's look at what happens. It's 3.
3.
All right,
so you get a Frostbite.
Just take a look.
And you're in the exact same position you're in.
Right.
Man, it'd be nice if we had Frostbite tokens.
All right, let's play Massacre.
There's some element of me that probably should be playing Brute in general.
Yes, that's true.
Like, I would have taken that 50-50 and not even thought twice about it.
You would have loved it. You would have loved the chance. All right, Intimidate, and it's coming at you for 10.
I had the ice card.
Mm-hmm.
Block 6, 8, 9, take 1.
Yeah. Work through it. And if you hit Scabbies there and do the exact same thing, but then you follow it up with even a claw there, you can see how that would be an issue.
It would be good.
So that probably would be the end of the game if I'm not mistaken.
CNC for 6.
Okay.
So even if you had the D-React.
Yeah. Okay. 6. It says 6. There's only one card I can really block with. And I'm going to lose that Arsenal card.
We did it!
Because if I block 6 out of this hand, I'm left with 2 reds.
That's what we call a problemo.
Which is not... That is playable. I swing back 86 with 1 Intimidate. It's just not going to... It's not enough, though, is it? This has got to get done. You're out of armor. You're out of nonsense. All right, let's block 3.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
You've been command and conquered.
The Beast Within, too, is horrible. Okay, now I got to think about some weird things that I might want to do. All right, let's go Sand Sketch Plan. I'm just going to do it this way.
Let me read this one. Search your deck for a card, put it in your hand, discard a random card, then shuffle your deck. If the discarded card is 6 or more, gain 2 action points. So play it, get a 6, discard, intimidate 1, and have 2 action points.
That's right. That's the hope. Now this could go wrong a lot of different ways.
Ian's saying Arsenal card got blowed up, right?
Oh yeah, it's gone.
What up, Ian?
Let me make sure that's the right card to get here. I think that's actually expressly the wrong card. Okay, so we need...
You took 3 from CNC?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. That
This
CNC was so good. Dude. You got those answers. Horrifying.
Ian says, I was promised Kayo. Have I missed it already? You haven't.
No, you have not.
He has not entered the stage yet.
So if this gets discarded, that's bad, Zach. And we're on another 33% chance of bad.
Dog, welcome to Brute.
Dog.
Club Brute.
Dog.
Where the beats hit fast and low.
All right, we're just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I haven't played Rhinar in a hot minute, and you got to relearn it, don't you?
What do you not want to see? That?
Yeah, that's the worst case scenario for sure.
Intimidate.
Yeah. All right, so you get 2 action points. I can do nothing with them except pitch 2 to swing a claw.
For
3.
Block 3.
Yeah, you got.
All right, my 6th turn.
So that was the 1 and 3 that you just straight up missed. Now I think this game is well over.
We will play Glacial Footsteps for 8.
Okay, just a raw 8.
Just straight up 8.
Game's over, dude. It's over, dude. It's over. I got a block 9 there.
I don't think it is necessarily.
Oh yeah.
So like the problem is you got 2 of those D-reacts that do 2, and I have no way to stop them.
Take the barraging and stuff. There's 4 blues.
There's a lot of, we'll see. There's a lot of old him. I don't have Dominate in most cases.
Yeah.
So I've got to see Dominate or I've got to see Pummel.
The question is swing 3 or Arsenal. That is the fab question, isn't it? Let's see if I'm able to swing 3, you drop 3. I don't think it changes your math at all. Like, I don't think it changes your capability.
So the ways I think I can end the game are Pummel. So I need to be able to do something, get you to commit to blocking. Hammer Pummel only really works with red, because you'd probably block 6 no matter what I did.
Yeah.
So if I'm on the blue, it doesn't work. So to Pummel,
you can always just
I'm basically
pitch
going to
blue, pitch Pummel,
blue,
so it's a 3-card hand.
pitch, and Pummel.
Yeah, so that doesn't matter. I'm going to Arsenal this.
Yeah.
And you're just not going to have it, right? We know you stack that red Pummel down, really. I'm paying attention, bro.
We have a different sort of Pummel. Tear Asunder. Swing Hammer for 5 with Dominate.
You got it.
All right.
You got it. All right, let's do it again. Let's do it again.
One for the old
You know
man.
what's funny, though? That's probably as good as, well, it's about as good as the opening could go there.
So
Brute is a game of percentages. Nothing is certain.
I think your first hand could have intimidated my entire hand.
Uh-huh.
I block for 0 and have to waste a bunch of armor and still take 5 or 10 damage.
Like, depending on rolls or depending on sequencing?
Just if you're talking about what's the best hand you could get. Like, if we set it up, there's a hand there where you don't even need to roll that. Like, if you just had the blue for...
Right, yeah.
Or you had the whatever.
Had the whatever.
You can also have the without the... Not the 2 barragings, but the Blood Rush on turn 1. And, like, claw, swing a 10 with no cards in my hand to block, and all of a sudden it's just, like, really bad.
True story. Yeah, swinging there does not change anything, right?
I don't think so.
I think...
I mean, I could have done my same line without.
Yeah, I need you to have nothing so that I can actually turn on a turn that can work.
You want to go first again?
This sequencing is so hard because you actually... Most characters are sequencing with known information, and Brute is sequencing with unknown information. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Terrifying. I'll go first again. Let's see if we can...
Yeah. I just want, we can run it back.
Guess I need these cards. And then I gotta play some Kayo too, because that's really where the bread is buttered.
Sebastian's saying he thinks that CNC actually turned the game around.
Yeah, it was huge, because I had a Savage Swing and Arsenal. And that was basically my... Aside from blowing that up, that's basically the insurance policy. Where Savage Swing always gives me the Scabs double action, blue 1, and then it hits 1, and then the Paul Bing or the other one is left. So basically you always have a double swing on that next turn. CNC freaking did it, man. But I spent armor early on trying to get the game won, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it won.
And Oldham is the squirreliest.
He's a wall, dude.
But again, it's nice because it's science. I think Oldham and Icelander are the ones that can slow down the craziest decks. But like if you try to play, as an example, naturally, and try to play like Briar in this format, you play into this, you play into Dash. Next week, I think we're gonna get Briar and Dash in here, or Dash specifically. But like Pounder Dash is just like slapping the entire time.
Yeah.
And like she's trying to win in 2 turns.
Yeah, but she's pounding.
What up,
All right,
Nathan?
what do you want this? What do you
Saying,
want
how are the vibes today? Vibes are good.
Let's put it here.
She's even got a new sweater.
I had a new sweater on earlier. It's really nice. Nothing says Brute like wearing a sweater. Okay. I'm going first again. This is another good example. Barraging blue. Choose your favorite.
Do it randomly. Okay.
And then Blood Rush here. 2 floating. Discard this guy. Wild Ride. Intimidate 1. Yeah. Yeah, we're bark boning again.
We're back. Now, if you're bark boning this
Let's
often,
make sure. Hold on. Let's make sure.
and it may be the kind of thing where, like, if you're going first, you're on Gambler's Gloves. So you can have a chance to, like, really blow me out on turn 1. I don't know. I don't know what the Goliath Gambler's Glove math is.
All right, hold on a second. You've got 2 in hand. Yeah. So...
Nathan, Steven's sweater disappeared. He's really excited about it, though. It's from Patagonia.
Yeah, it's used. It's
Nathan-
from like 6-7 years ago.
Nathan saying he recently got a new sweater. He's excited about it.
Yeah, look at this guy. He said it was brown. It's definitely green.
Yes, I've never been more confident in color of my life. This is brown.
Sweater. It's very nice.
That's green.
I haven't ever had a sweater in my life.
Sweater?
I had one blue sweater when I was a kid
Huh.
that I'd wear to church sometimes. But I've never had an adult sweater.
Would it surprise you to know that I own multiple sweaters?
No, it would not.
And none of them were black.
Okay. You just... The whole Brute thing... Why are you not playing Brute? The whole thing... This is the kind of thing that drives me insane. Because it's all unknown.
Jenkins. You want to switch decks after this? You can play
sure.
either side.
I just... Can I bring my... Can we play anything but all
you can
these
play
other
Icelander.
things?
Yeah, you want to play
I
Icelander?
remember Icy. Yeah, I do a little Icy. Here's our question. So Barkbone almost assuredly plays Alpha Rampage for 14, 13, with no hand on your end. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, which you can't block.
You also have this like the claw play, right?
You can. You can do the claw play. We run into the same math where once you activate Stalagmite and or a Ice React, what does this hand do after that happens? Do you just end up with a Blood Rush Claw and nothing further?
Yeah.
Which is very possible.
So, worth knowing, if I Stalagmite Ice You, I only block with 1 card.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the bonus. And then, hypothetically, worst case scenario, so I get rid of that. You already have the money for the claw.
What if you just Stalagmite, though, is the question?
Stalagmite, then you
even aside, so like,
Yeah, that's right,
I can't play this card.
Yeah.
If I Barkbone, I can play this card. This needs a discard. If I want to play this instead...
If you Barkbone and do that, then I have no hand, and you just like...
That's the idea.
Slam a jam.
That's like the first line. The second thing is like, okay, well, let's say we just pitch the Alpha Rampage to play a Smash Instincts. That's 3 cards out of your hand, Intimidated, and that's 10. And then
I definitely Barkbone.
We don't pop any equipment, etc. Because we could go Goliath here.
Barkbone, unless you roll a 1, you get your resource.
Well, we've seen that before.
Yeah, but like you won't. No way. And worst case scenario, you lose your Barkbone and you do this other play. It's fine. 2. Yeah, you get 1 resource. It's Barkbone time, baby.
Yeah, I'll just Gauntlet in again.
Yeah, throw them in.
Gauntlet and then Rampage, discard the Smash.
Intimidate. So it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, 15, yeah.
Block 4, take 11.
Cool.
Now this is pod racing.
But I mean, you come back with a full hand.
I would have had a full hand either way.
Yeah. So what is 11 damage worth there?
And 2 of my armor.
2 armor's probably worth more than most.
It's worth a lot. I am low. I think that was the right line. Okay, I guess. You still got armor. Rouse the Ancients. I'm going to show you an Oak and Old and a Thunderquake. So Rouse gets +7. And go again.
And what do I need to know about that mess?
Hey, this is a 6 cost 8 damage attack that's blue. This is Oak and Old.
And this is Oak and Old.
Yeah, so presumably I'm going to swing Hammer and then Arsenal Oak and Old.
Mm-hmm. Yet another... Oh, Barkbone's gone. Yet another Brute? Question mark.
Azareth saying Alpha was the play. Yeah, it was good. Azareth, just a casual 15 turn 0 with no blockable cards in hand. Old man said take any rug in the house.
I just don't know if it wins the game, though.
We'll see.
I mean, another just great Brute situation here. I gotta roll the dice again. I got 2 Reckless Swings in hand. Just don't hit the Reckless Swing, right?
Yeah, man. It's a slot machine, dude.
I'll pass defense.
I'm kind of super excited to play Brute for a second. Raven's Shadow, where's Rock? We might squeeze a couple Rock games in by the end of this.
I don't think we'll get any Rock. We don't even have the card.
Beast Within, baby.
That's perfect. All right,
So
I take 2 damage, and then we're gonna go to the 1 damage to Steven. Take another damage. Oh, you always take a damage when you reveal. There we go. Okay, and I take 3.
Yeah, unless you want to do it again.
No, not on that one. I'll do it on the hammer.
Hammer for 4.
Yeah, that's just a delightful question. You're at 7.
Scott, you can't hold priority because Reckless is a reaction. So you can't even play it until the reaction phase, and it's 1 at a time.
Yeah, okay, we don't want to be silly here. Just 4.
It's a warm hammer too.
Warm hammer, just 4.
Yeah.
And then we can come back in. We could pulping. It's very likely to hit. With go again. We could do a little pulping claw. 6, 9. Smart money also just reckless swings again. Takes no damage.
Has me at 5.
Puts one of these in the arsenal. Both good arsenal cards. Yeah, let's do that.
I do like that.
But you also don't have to be scared of it ever again, right?
Yeah, but 5 is such a tiny number.
My turn, I'm going to arsenal and pass back to you.
My arsenal drew before this happens. Give me that pulse. 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 Okay, no pulse. I see how it's going to be. Deck. Scarf before we go again.
It's convenient.
A classic.
Very convenient, Mr. Bun.
Mr. Bun. Oh, don't you see?
Brute doesn't like to block.
Nope. All gas, no brakes.
Nobody blocks the Scar here.
No, no way.
Why is Oldham running Scar? You're just insufferable.
It's this moment is why he's running.
Done.
Endless Winter. No fusion. 2 floating. 8 coming out if it hits. All your activations cost you a frosting.
Yeah. And an activation is?
Anything with a colon.
So, scabs.
It counts. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Boy, do I want to be able to block that hammer later on.
With your armor?
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe there's not much of it later on to block.
It's true. It's true. So what I'll probably do is
Don't need insurance if a house already burnt down.
take 2.
Alright. Just for you. You're just insufferable, quoting you. Gotta love Steven's table time.
Alright, I'm gonna block 6. I'll take 2.
Endless winter has begun.
Yeah.
May it never end.
It's endless. Let's go Bare Fangs for 8. And a discard. Give me that hand. That's that one. 8 coming at you.
Block 6, take 2.
Now we're playing Fab. Is that still like Oak and Old down there in the arsenal?
Yeah, it sure is.
You gonna fuse that bad boy?
Wouldn't that be disgusting? 9 dominate hit effect. I'm not. I'm just gonna come at you for 7.
All right, now this is the moment where you do have to ask yourself, do I have the goods?
It is certainly the moment. You could also fish with your crown. If like the card in Arsenal's not that relevant and you need a different card in hand.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah.
This is very good.
I haven't seen a lot of barraging beatdowns.
This is good. Yeah. Okay, so hold on. Yeah, we do this.
Yeah.
We do this. That gets us the 3rd. Yeah. So we don't block.
Take 7, my dude.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal pass. May the gods be ever in your favor.
All right, we're gonna go barraging.
That's random. Here's 2 of them.
Yeah, and we're gonna go sand sketched. Let's get the old wrecker run up there.
I got a bad feeling about this one.
It's gonna be a 6, bro.
I had a feeling that it would be. Someone told me. That's 6.
And then I'll pitch, swing big for 8.
8 plus 7, 15.
That's right.
If I can't block with 2 cards.
Yeah, but if you got the react, well, it'd have to be a sink, I guess, wouldn't it? Is it a sink?
Insufferable indeed.
Yeah, you just go for it.
Block 2.
It's still good for me.
Go to reaction.
Yeah.
Well, before we go to reaction, I don't want to die.
Right, you gotta watch that too. Yeah.
Still good. I'll block with these 2.
Okay.
So 2, 4, 8.
You got it. You get a quicken token even.
Oh my goodness.
Amazing.
Yeah, if I don't have it there, I just die though.
Amazing, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's happened a lot though, I feel like, in these brute matches.
It's kind of a coin flip.
Slot machine both directions, huh?
So 15, I would have been able to block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just say it's a 3, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I would die if that's not a
that's right.
if that's not a sink. Isn't that a miracle?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, isn't it?
What in the world?
And instead, I'm here at 2, you're at 3, you got 3 cards in hand. It's crazy. And a quicken token.
Yeah, here we are. Swing hammer. Or 4.
Cold hammer.
Cold hammer. Watch out for pummeling. Can't overblock a hammer. I mean, it's crazy.
No, I can't do that.
Yeah.
All right, what kind of a play?
Sebastian says, winning play, no block. And then he goes, wow.
Okay, so we win. How do we win? We win by you not having the pummel, which of course you might. Probably do. Yeah, sure. So we'll block here.
Yeah, I'll pummel.
You got it. All right.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good for old him, I gotta say.
Well, I have 2 sinks in my deck.
Yeah.
That is just low odds. But even still, here's the point.
But it's low odds across low odds of brute lining up like it does. You know, like it's so many stacked odds in different directions. Like, yeah, you get the double barraging swing big turn, which is low odds. But then them having the sink below, it's like,
Yeah.
well, you kind of got lucky there too, didn't you?
Yeah.
I got lucky, you got lucky.
It can go.
Let me do one more. I gotta try to win here.
Other important note here is that was turn 4
Yeah.
for me. And so if you had just killed, if I didn't have the sink there, I lose before I take my 4th turn.
Right.
And essentially, like, the only damage I did was that you took the damage really so that you could smack me.
Yeah, to swing.
And so regardless of did you combo out and kill me, it's like you can see scenarios where you just beat me on turn 2 or 3. And even with, again, old him is the most disgusting.
It's true.
Like, all the armor plus the frost actually affects you. Normal decks.
Is there normal decks, though? Aren't all decks unfair in that kind of a way?
No.
I mean, if it's not Oldhim, it's dash threatening 20.
Totally. Like,
you know?
we'll see it next week. If I play Dash against this Rhinar,
Yeah.
it's like no one's blocking anything. And we're just, who can do, who can get there first?
If she's not blocking, Rhinar's actually quite a bit worse, I think. Although barraging certainly gets better, doesn't it? Okay. This is a fun turn. Scabs.
Yeah, sure.
How many is that? 2?
2. I think there's 2.
2 actions.
I just never see it roll 5.
I've never seen it roll above a 2.
Just for you to understand, I feel like Steven goes into tournaments on tilt purely because he's used to facing Zach, in air quotes, the luck bun.
Yeah, no joke.
And then it says, and Zach uses all of his luck on these streams.
Yeah, you got none left.
Yeah. No gas left in the tank.
Okay, so if I discard this card, what am I left with? This happens, and I'm sitting there, and I could do that. All right, yeah, sure, we'll do it like this. All right, let's go Bare Fangs, pitch there, 1 floating, draw. Don't you dare.
Hot hands. Here we go.
1 action remains. That's not the one I want you to have.
Beast with it.
Yeah.
Intimidate
Perfect.
1.
Perfect. Intimidate here, and then lose a life. Swing bit.
All right, I can block.
You can block. You can bet out.
Block 6. Take 2 though, right?
Yeah. And I got 1 action left.
Actually, you know what? I'll block 8.
No cards in hand.
Yeah,
I got 1 action left.
I mean, you're gonna intimidate me no matter what.
Yeah, I am.
It's like a dead card.
Yeah, he's not wrong. No reactions, of course, on my side.
Carry on, my wayward son.
All right, so let's carry on. I mean, we're back in the same place. I can land like 10 to 15 here.
Every time.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah, you say it's like, so there's some randomness, but a lot of times most of the time you're hitting for 10 plus on the first turn.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, should we keep doing it? It's not working, though. It's not winning.
I mean, yeah, but it could have easily won.
But it could have
Like
won.
last time, the odds were in your favor for sure. I feel like I should have lost that game. It's probably like 80-20 at the point when I have the Sink and Arsenal. And then it flips because I have the Sink.
So here, we'll pull that out again here. So things that we can do, all of them interesting. The first immediate line is barraging for +3, pitch massacre, swing big, coming at you for 10, +2 with Goliath Gauntlet, or for 11, +2 here if we want it.
13's a lot.
So 13 is the first play. This is still just, I'm not getting the intimidate value out here, so this is a card for 3. It's like, it's fine. You could also pitch here, massacre for 8, +2 with Goliath, 10, and Arsenal to swing big, which is a more exciting play, some would say. You could also swing a claw, roll bark bone, try to get 1 to play the swing big on top of it. It's 3 extra damage.
Yeah. The bark bone is like future resources, plus you haven't had the chance to block with it yet.
Never block with it.
So I don't hate the guaranteed Arsenal play. Max damage with an Arsenal. Whatever that is.
You could also pitch here, just swing big for 8.
Or 10.
Arsenal the barraging.
Yeah, I like that a lot, actually.
It's a good one.
I like
And
that
then
a
try
whole
to
lot.
set up the next turn as the
Yeah.
smackdown
You
turn.
have just basically an extra intimidate.
Yeah.
Second cycle, saying Arsenal the barraging. I think I like that a lot.
You still just Goliath here when you've got it?
Yeah.
I mean, why
Just
wouldn't
2
you, I
damage,
guess,
yeah.
All right, so we'll Goliath, pitch, swing big for 10,
Take 10.
and then Arsenal here.
So this time you got 10 with an Arsenal.
You don't want to armor or anything?
No. As long as I'm not 4 or less, it doesn't matter. You could have like some hit effect that is relevant later. Not that I think you will, but here we are. Oh, don't you see? All right. Endless Winter, pitching 4. You know the drill.
It's good timing.
You got that Blood Rush Bellow. Double claw turn. Got 5 armor though, so that's interesting.
Yeah. I don't even really want to put this on the bottom, you know? Can it? Isn't there something else you can do with it?
You can
Put
do a card
something
from hand as well.
That's not terrible there.
Yeah.
Actually, I like all of these.
You're done baking. Been a minute. Saying, what's up, boys?
Boys! Boy, it all comes down to what you draw off that Blood Rush. What a devastation. And I've got a block with a Savage Feast, which I desperately want to keep. But the Bare Fangs doesn't block. I don't want to block with the Blood Rush, and I got a blue Wrecker for the rest of it. Maybe you just don't force it, you know? Who am I kidding?
Can you play through the Frostbites?
I think it's probably just a Blood Rush turn that doesn't involve the claws, which is actually very reasonable. especially when you're sitting on the Savage Feast like this to get an extra card in hand. I can maybe play through the Frostbite. Yeah. But again...
Someone's saying block with Barkbone at least.
Yeah, definitely. We're probably going to be spinning that one. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just see what we get into without having to use those claws. We'll play it like an old claw game.
Taking 7. Old Brute.
Old Club Brute. My first deck, really.
Yeah.
All right. Blood Rush. Don't pull the Savage Feast, please.
Savage Feast. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Got him. Intriguing.
Okay. All right. Understood. Understood. All right, you got one and you got 2 cards there with you. And we've got to honor the reality that you're probably on ice stuff. We drew all reds. So we're going to have to think. Like, Barkbone here gives me a Frostbite.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do Barraging.
Okay.
Yeah, choose your favorite. And then we'll go... Yeah, there's an ideal. You know what? Actually, maybe I want that. Maybe I need that Frostbite to clear this hand. That gets interesting. Barkbone. We could do it this way. That gets interesting too. 8.
Brute things.
It's crazy. Yeah. So we could just massacre here. Keep one in the arsenal. You block with 1 card. That's going to you for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You've got to block with that 1 card from hand and then some amount of armor. I go in with an arsenal card. Or the weirder thing you can do is you can pop the Barkbone.
Get a Frostbite.
Get a Frostbite. Roll whatever.
At least get your money back, hopefully.
And then pitch the Massacre, or pitch the Swing Big. Play the Bare Fangs. It does 8. And gets an automatic Intimidate, so that's all cards out of your hand.
13 coming at me?
Yeah.
Oof.
That's 13 with no cards. You block with, Crater, Tectonic, Crown.
Probably.
And then the Sink Below in the arsenal, of course. And I have no arsenal card. So yeah, where do you land on that? You're a fab player.
What's the card that goes into your arsenal?
Swing Big.
So
Swing Big or Bare Fangs. We'll probably Swing Big.
does that play Intimidate 1 card out of my hand?
Yeah, that would be 1 card out, no matter what.
I think that's like the best value.
Yeah.
Especially because you have Crown of Providence. So depending on what you draw next, you can filter that Swing Big out and get a new card in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And like you're gonna get some armor here.
Yeah.
Because I can't go down to 4. So if you can get an arsenal and threaten 5, probably like 13. And I have 1 card, I'm still having to block with most of my armor anyway.
Yeah, okay. So let's just pitch. I'm going to pitch the Swing Big. I'm going to hold the Bare Fangs, actually. Massacre coming at you. I've already discarded a 6 or more, so it's +2 and gains Intimidate.
Okay.
And then we got 1 in the pocket.
So 6, 7,
7,
8.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This guy gets +2 because I've discarded for Blood Rush.
Okay. Well, lucky you, I don't have Sync this time.
Yeah, nice. It'll be later. Sebastian saying, I'm hyped for the new mech and ranger cards coming soon.
13.
They've seemed relatively still for some time now.
11.
Yeah, it's funny, you know?
9, 8, 7.
Armor's so important.
It's crazy. 6/5. So I will block here and take 5.
Yeah.
I'll leave that there, I think.
Acceptable.
Yeah.
Personal that guy.
So yeah, you did 5, took away.
Was that the Michael Hamilton play
bunch of
right
my
there?
armor.
He always chooses the right thing, right?
Somehow. The biggest thing for me is you still have Crown of Providence, so like a card in Arsenal is actually weird value for you. Okay. Winter's Whale, pitching an ice card, so it is Frosty.
Mm-hmm. Frosty Whale. Whale.
Or the Lord made armor.
Frosty Whale. Okay, we've got ourselves another decision point. Don't we love it?
When I say Frosty Whale, it thinks I'm saying frosting.
Don't we love it, dude? So, ergo, check this out. You ready to see this hand?
This is my second
We'll
turn.
break it down. Okay. So, a couple of things here. First of all, we could just use armor, which is nice.
One thing I like about that is that if I pummel you, you have an out that at least doesn't cost you as severely.
Yeah, well, you got a bunch of cards in hand, don't you?
Yeah, if you're doing this, are you shipping that?
You know, I mean...
Or shipping this so you don't hit it with this?
Yes, it's more that, or shipping this so that I can sand sketch safely next turn and then probably string together a 2-action Bare Fangs and likely hit a Beast Within.
So if you ship this, oh, dude, you're pummel protected. Because if I pummel you, just discard that. And you get a card back.
I got full pummel protection.
Yeah.
Full pummel protection.
I definitely use the armor.
Yeah.
Like it's time to get that going.
And the question is what to ship.
Yeah. I'm at 5.
It's hard to ship a swing on that, reckless on that.
Yeah. What do you do with Sand Sketched if you don't ship it?
Use it. I could grab another romp, or I could grab a card that I actually wanted. Discard a 6 guaranteed, get 2 actions. Then pitch one of the blues Bare Fangs, and then probably another, I'd get another attack, like a yellow attack here maybe.
Do you have another Beast Within?
Yeah, I think so. No, it's right here.
Okay, I was going to say,
Already
you
done
have a
it.
66% chance to hit the Beast.
Yeah. Could go get maybe like a Massacre and get a shot at a double Intimidate there. Really, you want something like a Pulping maybe?
Yeah. I mean, it does make sense since you have pummel protection to ship this, because if I have pummel, now you would get a Frostbite if I hit a pummel. Just from no.
It is a
notable.
frost hammer.
But if you block here and I don't pummel, this is just kind of sit in your hand.
Yeah.
Which messes up all your like discard random card math.
It does, but it's also like, I mean, the chance of you going down to 2 here, it's hard to deny damage, because you could also, instead of doing any of this, you could just block 3 and then reckless swing and hit one of these, get 2 damage on the board, and then come back and swing maybe
That's
Bare
true.
Fangs. You're guaranteed to be able to swing Bare Fangs back at you.
Oh yeah, pummel on hammer wouldn't make a
It
discard,
wouldn't even make the discard, would it?
so it don't matter.
I don't know. I'll ship the reckless swing and we'll see how that plays.
And notably, I wouldn't know that's what you shipped.
This goes to the bottom, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like I gain, like you know it's on bottom, but I don't.
That's right.
So I have to keep playing around it.
Okay. Then it's over to me. All right.
Well, you blocked with the armor?
Yeah, I blocked 4 there,
Yeah. I will go ahead and red pummel.
Okay.
So we'll do 4 and you'll get a Frostbite.
1, 2. Okay. So if I sketch into, see, there's so much, you can get really good at Brute. You can get really, this feels like old Brute, man. This feels like classic Brute, dude. I love it. Let's get sand sketched. And then worst case scenario, yeah. I do have a frostbite, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta pay 1 for that. That's kind of interesting. Yeah. Let's do it. And then we've got a whole suite of weird things that might happen. This is my go-to here. But we're gonna be able to do some things. Let's just do that one. That's something that I know. Then let's look at the math. So if you hit this, I've got 2 floating. I play here, I draw, I discard, and I can probably bark bone into the final phase of that. If you discard here, that's excellent. If you discard here, I've got bear fangs into one of these, and then potentially a bark bone. I don't know. You just gotta roll with randomness, I guess.
Welcome to Club Brute. Go up to order a drink and it's a random drink.
Yeah, you just get hit in the head with a rock. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wrecker Romp is gone. 1 card is gone. And gain 2 action points.
Boom.
Okay. You got 5 left.
Yep.
Okay.
And a frosty shield.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna roll the bark bone.
Alrighty, Roo.
1 money.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, this is acceptable. I'm just gonna Alpha Rampage, discard the Beast Within.
Ooh, double intimidate.
1,
Oh no.
2, 3.
It kills himself.
It's happening. 4.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Wow.
Brute life, baby. All right, coming at you for 9. 1 action point left.
Let's go 3, 4, 5, 6,
frostbite.
7. Take 2.
Was that 8? Oh no, wait, yeah, you're right. You're right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. And that frostbite is super good here. So that's gonna be the end.
Okay.
I gotta pay for 2 here, but I've got a yellow and I've got a frostbite. So 1 away from Bear Fangs for 8 again. So 4, 5, or 6 on Barkbone there wins.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've also got a non-hand.
Yeah.
And I'm out of armor.
Low pressure, some would say low pressure.
Let's see, can I play this for free? No, go ahead.
Okay. We're back into the do you roll it all for the biscuit?
This for you. Tequila shot, hit on the head with a rock, same thing. Do 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 do.
And I'm sitting here on 4 health somehow.
Yeah.
It's horrible. All right, and then basically we've got 8 we can threaten.
Ian, I had 4 cards. Oh, my intimidate cards should go back to my hand.
Oh yeah, totally.
I
just took your word for it.
just discarded them.
I wish it worked like that.
Ideal. I'll just warm hammer for a 4 on my turn.
That's a stinker.
It's a bad hand.
You just pitch the blue, right? You hold the Oaken in the sink?
Well, if you're gonna intimidate my cards, I guess Sink I can keep. Oaken doesn't help me.
Yeah. All right, so then you got a warm 4, so then I block that. And then I go barraging here. Yeah.
If Intimidate was actually discarded.
God, it's crazy. You just can't close the game. Block 3. I can see this is 6. I'm gonna leave that there. I think I reveal that. Yeah, it's a 6, I promise.
Okay.
Look here.
Well, you know what happened. You had somehow 5 damage for free on the Beast Within.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of an issue. Yeah.
Welcome to Brute, though, I guess.
Yeah, you're just pulling all. Literally, it's just a slot machine every direction. Okay, so then we go barraging. You block 2. You could potentially take 2, so you're kind of in a similar problem. Right. 3. You've got to block 2 there anyway. So you know what? I mean, the difference. We hold barraging. Intimidate 1. 3 on the hand. Okay. I don't like this. We'll do barraging. And then I'll pitch for Bear Fangs. And then you get 1 more. All right. And then coming at you for 8. 12 if you don't block with 2.
Block 6.
8. Take 2.
Yep.
This goes here.
CNC Pummel, where art thou? Well, I've seen none of your reactions.
You saw one of them in the outside the context of the game.
But I've seen none. You played
Didn't
none.
I? There wasn't one earlier. Yeah, you haven't seen any. Technically. Not even these.
Hammer for 4.
Hammer for 4. Normal hammer?
Warm hammer.
Okay. How do we close this game out? We just keep swinging? Is that the idea?
I'm at 1.
So we need really... Okay, so this is a way to do it. We play this. Oh, no, we can't do it like that. No, Zach, no! Wait, yeah. No! All right, normal hammer for 3. I've got to block
4.
it for 4. I've got to block it. And then what? The next step is what? You got 1 frostbite left on that little guy?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this goes here.
That little guy.
Float 1. And then we pay 3. Here. Okay. So I've got to block. And to block, I've got to do this.
That's true. Ian's saying easy. You just gotta get your reckless swing in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Which?
Warm hammer?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, maybe just block until I get it.
Yeah.
That's very
I mean,
doable.
if I have dominate, that's a problem, but
I'll take 1. The right call is probably just to block. Like, I'm saving this for your frost hammer in case that becomes relevant. All right. This could go poorly. Wild Ride. Draw a card. Discard a...
it's a D-react.
What?
If you discard the D-react, like if you draw the...
Oh, yeah, if you draw the reckless swing here, it's like absolutely devastating.
Intimidate, you got it.
All right, it's got to go again. 6 coming at you.
6. So good. Block 6.
Okay. Then pitch yellow, pack hunt, intimidate. Got him.
Dead.
All right, we like it.
Yeah.
Cover the frostbite there if you shield. Okay. I don't know, it feels fine.
I mean,
What's
I
all
think...
the stink about Blitz about? You guys are all wrong.
Well, the stink about Blitz
All
is
you
that
pro players.
old him, who's the most impressive hero in the game.
Yeah, I keep hearing all these exceptions, but everyone's going to play all the most impressive stuff. It's a World's format.
Sure, that's fine.
It's going to be this
That's
exactly.
fine.
It's fine. It's healthy.
Is it?
It feels like every Fab game I've ever played.
Yeah, it's just half the time.
Yeah, but like even so, what is it? 4 turns there? 5 turns?
I have 4 turns.
It is less time, but it feels like the same fundamental thing. If you're good at the fundamental thing, you probably do better.
Sure.
But there are also games that are going to be non-games.
Yeah.
We know that. Do you want to try this? You can play this at all? You got time? What are we going to get out of here?
What time is it?
410.
4:10. Up to you.
I don't know.
We just chat with folks for a second.
Let's just chat.
Let's see what Ethan thinks.
It's not. It's
We didn't get any Kayo. We got to play at least one Kayo game, don't we?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're gonna need a couple cards out of that deck.
I got to play Kayo though. I'm sorry.
Yeah. 2 Reckless Swing.
And Kayo?
Blue High Roller. 1 copy. 2 Blood Rush Bellow.
Imagine that.
1 Yellow Smash Instinct. And 2 Red Barraging Beatdown.
Yeah.
And he is definitely on Gambler's Gloves.
Yeah. If you thought Brute was crazy before, you won't believe this crazy. Okay, Yellow Smash Instinct. I think that's everything you told me.
Yeah.
David Shearer only plays Blitz. A lot of people only play Blitz. David, why do you only play Blitz? Good question. Is it a budget thing? Is it a time thing? Is it it's only the only thing my local store puts on thing?
So, to kind of diagnose some of the Blitz things, if you don't have a hero that's got a bunch of armor.
Is he playing Claw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's got a bunch of armor, you can imagine getting melted by that deck.
Yes.
So all those heroes are gone.
Yeah.
Then your deck also, previously with the Wizard Boots, it was what made it way worse.
Ugh.
Because then your deck also has to somehow not just lose to Kano on turn 1 or 0.
Yeah.
Even Icelander's actually made it worse than Kano, especially with the Wizard Boots. And then if you're playing an aggro deck that's actually fast enough to beat Oldhim, like the dash versus the Rhinar match is like 2 turns.
Yeah, totally.
And it's just like, all right, who's doing anything? So that's where it comes from.
Just less exchanges to create value.
Yeah, and of course the cards that are most explosive become way better in Blitz. The ability to get double actions or double resources or intimidate away my hand is worth a lot more. Same with armor, actually. It's worth way more in Blitz.
David only plays Blitz because of budget and time, which I think is the vast majority of that equation, is why Blitz is seen so much at the local level.
Yeah.
Play Prism, says Dear Marmana. Yeah. Kind of always has been, right?
Yeah.
But maybe not as bad as we think.
It's pretty bad.
People find ways, man. They always find ways to do weird stuff like that.
You're good.
All right, how is this different?
Read KO to us.
All right, roll a 1 to 4 when you play an attack of 6 or higher, and then you half it. If it's 1 to 4, you double it if it's 5 or 6. So the same idea, but
less intimidate, but sometimes an 8 turns into a 16.
Yeah, swing big, I suppose, was good for him, wasn't it? But so many times it doesn't. 2 out of 3 times it does not do that. In fact, it halves it, right?
Yep.
So how is that good?
But double 8 is worth more than half of 8 is bad. Know what I mean? So an 8 turned into a 4 is like you lose 4 in value, but an 8 turned into a 16, you gain 8.
Yeah.
So 33% of the time you're doubling, 66% of the time you're halving.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Ba-na-na-na-na. Rolling Thunder. Pitch here. 1 floating. Roll a 6-sided dice plus X to the next brute attack. That's a 2. Gonna get that in the pocket there. 2 there. And then let's just go for it. Let's just go pitch, pack, hunt, pulping. First thing we do is what? Whenever you play an attack, and this is draw a card. So which one of these goes first?
I think this is the part of the cost. So cost is going to happen first.
Oh, no. It doesn't have dominate.
Okay. That happens.
Let's see if it'll double. Does it add this to the doubler?
No.
All right. 5 damage coming at you.
Yeah, okay.
Zero's great, dude. I don't know why you guys complain. This is like
Black 5.
Okay. Congratulations. I
Oh,
got
you're
no
supposed to have
arsenal.
skull crushers, I think.
Is that true? There's no way.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess if you want to go like set the house on fire, but like this is.
You don't want to set the house on fire?
I mean, there are so many games where if you hit the double damage, you're gonna win, and like.
If you did dominate double damage there.
Yeah,
it's an 18 with dominate.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
So that's what you can do, but you don't.
We're gonna play Cranial Crush.
Wow, this deck's crazy. What is this?
I don't know.
What? Who made this? What is this deck? Okay, Cranial Crush. What happens?
8. If it does 4 more, you can't draw cards on your turn.
I don't need to draw cards.
Okay.
But also, I would like.
Ian, did you pull out the proper baked dice with air bubbles?
No, I haven't baked those up yet. That'll be soon. Okay, and then Predatory Assault becomes okay. I mean, the problem with this deck is like every hand can potentially be unbelievable.
Yep. Take it.
All right, let's just try it. I'll block 3.
All right, take 5.
Who needs an arsenal? You're
Arsenal
a freaking
pass.
brute.
You're a brute, baby.
All right, Barraging Beatdown. Predatory Assault. Oh, wait. Never mind. Take it all back. Take it all back. I'm blocking the 8. I need you to discard a card with 6 or more.
You start at 19 life, by the way. This is printed.
Okay.
And you have an 8 coming
There's
in.
8 coming at me, yeah. Let's do it like this instead. 6, take 2.
Yeah.
And then we'll give you a wide open hand. We'll play a Talisman of Recompense with Go again, and then I'll pass.
That's why you said the deck's crazy.
Yeah, an Arsenal.
I see. All right. Well, that's interesting. Let's do Frosty Hammer for 4. Old boring Oldham.
What is this deck, Zach? What is this? This is all non-attack actions and a Blood Rush Bellows. What is that?
I don't know.
What am I supposed to do?
Did you shuffle it well?
What am I supposed to do with this? There's nothing for me to do.
I mean, you can...
I have no attacks. I have no... Did you build this? Did you put this in here? Are you trolling me? What is this? This is a mess.
I don't know. You could use your hat to fish for a card.
I suppose I could. I want to do that. Yeah, I like the hat play. Is that an icy one?
Yeah, it's an Ice Hammer.
Okay. I don't know. Is that even worth blocking? Well, just block with the hat. Take 2. I'll take an icy boy. Because who needs to like actually math it out? And then I'll put this under and try to get an attack here.
Yeah.
Wow, a blue Wrecker Romp. My hero. Actually, that'd be totally fun. Okay. I've got an ice dog.
You gonna serve this in the store? Ice dogs?
All right, let's do it this way. I'm freaking out, man. They're ready to roll. Great card. I mean, why am I pitching this? Horrid. I've never played this deck before. Leave me alone. Rolling Thunder.
Huh. Why are you pitching it?
Clear that because it's the only play I have. Rolling Thunder. Roll a 6-sided dice. Here we go. Next brute attack gets +4.
Come on now.
Put that 4 there.
The value.
Here comes the pain train. All right, then we play a Blood Rush Bellows.
Oh, yeah.
Discard this Wrecker Romp.
Get out of town.
Draw 2 cards. Brute attacks get +2. Yeah, we don't discard you, right?
It's been fun playing this just to watch your face the whole time. Shit,
All right, here's the kill shot. Here's the kill shot.
Your face is so funny. Every time he draws a different card.
Cadaverous Contrabat? What are you guys up to? What are we playing? A binder? Okay. Talisman of Recompense. Whenever I pitch a card that would generate 1, I'm going to destroy this and gain 3 instead.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
1, 2, 3. With that 3, I'm going to play a Pulping. I'm going to draw 6, of course, because there's no way this deck totally full of non-attack actions could ever draw a non-attack action, which will not give it Dominate.
Uh-huh.
Great job, deck builder. We love this. And then I'll roll to see if it doubles. It's an 8. Does that factor before or after? Printed cost only?
Yeah.
Base attack, whatever. And then they made things that modify the base attack. Can you believe that?
Amazing.
Mistake. There we go. These guys coming in at a 12 plus 4. That's 16 plus 2. That's 18. And it'll have go again unless you do something about it.
18.
Can you imagine if it was 18 dominate here?
It'd be so good.
And then it would have go again, and then I could bark bone into a claw 5.
It doesn't have Gogan?
No, because it's got to be defended. If you defend with 2 cards, it doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
But if it has dominate, you probably can't.
I should definitely do that.
Let's just run the slot machine.
Let's block 5. Take 13.
Yeah, sure. If you want to do that, I'll take it.
Armor sticks around, so no sense in wasting it. Who knows what you got in that deck? Alright, over me?
Yeah, in retrospect, I can say that does look like the right play, but I didn't know that because I was missing 2 cards that I would later discover what I drew from.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And draw.
Yeah.
Scarf for 4 with Gogan. Classic.
Scar for 4 with go again. Yep, accepted.
Scarf for 4 with Gogan.
Oh, come on, old him. What are you doing?
What promo is that?
This is so
They're in my other decks. I don't
You
know.
gotta be advertising, Zach.
Yeah. Always you selling, right?
Take 4.
Arsenal pass.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Look at us go here. Here we go. Let's just end the game here. Barrage and beat down.
Mm-hmm. Let's just end the game.
Barrage and beat down.
Mm-hmm. I do not like what's happening here.
Do I even need... I guess I can just pitch both of these, can I? Do you have a sink below in that arsenal?
Oh, wouldn't
Dude,
you like
if
to
you
know?
do, like, I swear, I'm going to leave.
Well, it is about quitting time.
If you do, though, I mean, that's the secret, right? That's got to be the way.
Like, the anti-brute tech is sink below and arsenal.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta roll the dice, though, man.
Yeah. I could roll for go again instead, but what would I do with that? Nothing. I would do nothing with that. That's not great. Sure. Let's just go smash instinct. 1 floating there. Intimidate. And then let's double it up. That's gonna be 12. It will be 20 unless you block with 2 cards.
You're a god with this hero.
Just block with the sink, man. And all your armor and stuff. You got tons of stuff.
How much are you coming for? 20?
20 unless you have 2 cards in the pile then.
I don't. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Or I guess you know what I should do? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, pay 1. Trigger this.
Yeah.
I could draw a D-react.
That's right. And you almost assuredly will, if I know anything.
Pass and die.
You can't even block with... Oh, you can't block with
It's
that,
past
right?
the phase where I can do
right.
it. But if I drew a staunch or a sink below,
Mm-hmm.
I could get in there.
That's definitely the best out.
Yeah, I'm dead. And that you could have won so much earlier.
So clearly you should be playing this at Worlds. I don't know why everybody's making this hard.
Well, that, you know, you can get 11 rounds into the World Championship, get your first pairing. They're
start rolling.
bold enough to KO you. And KO can turn 1, just kill you.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's
Crazy.
so funny. Even right there, like that early pulping. If that pulping hits with dominate first turn, it's like,
You would have won a turn ago.
huh.
This
No, this is pod racing.
This is the blitz issue. Because, like, again,
Monty's saying it correctly. Imagine prepping for months to win a big tourney and someone just plays Kayo and rolls big. Yeah.
And that could have gone so much better for you. And worse.
It's also just kind of a Kayo design problem, isn't it?
It's because when he was designed, Blitz was not an X format.
Oh, right. It was
This is a crazy, fun, wild format. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen every time. Like,
Could I Goliath there too instead of Gamblies?
Yeah.
Can I Skull Crushes? That would have been like +2 or 3 on those 5s and 6s.
And if I have a D-Rag in Arsenal, your whole turn is just shut down.
That's right.
But
how many D-Rags do you run? Because what if you come up against Icelander?
This is the problemo.
Well, but you don't have to worry about Kano so much. The D-Rags have gone up in stock.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But they're still like into like Icelander. They're sometimes great, and other times they'll lose you the game. Because like there's turns where she on her turn is like Red Aether Ice Vein, trigger Amulet of Ice, and like nuke cards, and you can't block.
Yeah. And
then either you pitch it or discard it, and then it's just not.
Well, yeah. So I think this is probably the best deck, isn't it?
Yeah, and one of the concerns I'm not super concerned about it, but one of the concerns with KO is that like, are people messing with their dice?
Yeah, right.
Are people practicing rolling?
How do you practice rolling?
There's
bunch?
Some people that could like roll
like
into the same. Yeah, especially.
See, like I've got my 1 down.
You just have to change it to the 5. Yeah. So like there are people.
There you go. That's the motion.
Can roll certain weights of dice in certain ways to basically consistent, especially with 2 sides that can be good for you.
Remember that Craps guy?
Yeah, our friend.
Right. Well, this one seems to be random. I don't know.
I think that's a good case of like it doesn't. As you can see, we played last week and this week, and it's not every time. And we could play 10 of these KO games, and it wouldn't be every time. But there are games if you're an opening to dominate.
That's good. That would be a good opening.
Yeah, because what he can do that Rhinar doesn't. Rhinar, he can intimidate and do 10, but like he can sometimes just do 20 something.
Yeah. With
intimidate or dominate.
Even if he doesn't have intimidate, it's just like here's a 12 off of a 2-card hand.
With dominate.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, yikes. All right, well, I've learned what I needed to know. Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody.
Because
do we have the schedule? Do we pop the schedule anymore? Do we have it? You know what we're doing on Thursday?
It's not right now.
You know what we're doing on Thursday?
Does it rhyme with Digimon?
Yeah. Is it Digimon or Yu-Gi-Oh?
Digimon
this Thursday. Yu-Gi-Oh next week.
Digimon is the gotta catch 'em all?
No, legally distinct.
No. Heroes in a Half show. That's this one.
Yeah, no, not quite that either. It's like Transformers and Pokemon together.
Okay.
And then the names of everything are incredible.
Like Mousatron?
Digi Go Gaimon, like
Go Gaimon.
I haven't played it. It's using the Chrono Clash system, where the more money I spend, the more money you have to spend against me.
Concept,
I do too.
Let's get into
it. It's like a tug of war.
Is this the new Digimon?
This is the new Digimon.
Because there's old Digimon.
This is the new Digimon.
New Digimon.
Digital monsters. Digimon are our champions. You remember that? Digimon, digital monsters.
When I was a kid,
it's not pocket monsters. It's digital. It's
Pokemon came out. Yeah. And it was definitely the brand.
Yeah.
So Digimon always felt like the knockoff brand.
It's robot Pokemon.
Yeah. Which now looking back, I probably would have enjoyed.
Digimon fans probably don't think it's robot Pokemon. They would have a lot of trouble with me saying that probably. What does Colin think?
I'm not saying that it is but I'm saying when I was 9 and it came and I was aware of it, it was like, oh, that just looks like knockoff robot Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, that is effectively what it was, I suppose.
I don't even.
Which Pokemon one came first?
That's what.
Which one came
I don't
first?
know.
And then we do Yu-Gi-Oh next week.
Wednesday next week.
Wednesday of next week is Yu-Gi-Oh.
Obsidian says we're never going to make it. They won't be able to get past the games. And then he says, well, never mind.
Names,
Steven has the song.
Which said, yeah.
I didn't know this about Yu-Gi-Oh. It's in the Guinness World Book of Records for the best-selling card game.
Yu-Gi-Oh is in the Guinness Book of World Records for the best-selling card game.
22 million cards sold.
22 million cards sold. What are you talking?
No, that can't be right.
Magic, Pokemon don't have anything on that?
I'll Google it. I'll bring it up right now.
No, yeah. Come on.
I mean, Magic, a booster box has.
Digimon actually existed first. It was a Tamagotchi-like toy. I remember that. I had one. Or I had a Tamagotchi. I don't remember.
Yeah.
how we do Yu-Gi-Oh! We've got these two starter decks, the Egyptian gods and
I pronounced something very incorrectly.
it's Egyptian gods and
former
something
friend
else.
and known Wolfpack trader Dante corrected me on how to say it because he came from Yu-Gi-Oh.
How you say Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, there was the Yu-Gi-Oh on the back of a starter that I pronounced on a stream because we were looking at the starter decks.
I got the number wrong.
It's more.
To date, it is estimated that 35 billion cards have been sold worldwide, with approximately 9.64 billion gross since Yu-Gi-Oh! The anime first aired in 1998.
The current set has 12,000 cards in it.
Why aren't we selling Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, 35 billion is it's because it's basically Blitz. David's saying Yu-Gi-Oh is one of the most broken games ever. So many turn 1 wins.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that's the idea.
The dragon, the white eyes.
So we're going from
dragon.
Blitz into Digimon into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Perfect.
We're exploring the space.
It's like a curve straight to glory.
All right, so hey, do come around on Thursday, would you? Digimon. We'll be learning it. We need people to help us with it.
Tomorrow we're going to try the Alliance format.
Tomorrow we're doing Alliance
Keyforge.
format for Keyforge. We're just a bunch of scientists, aren't we?
Yeah,
this week?
I'm curious. We should have lab coats on.
Big goggles.
yeah.
I'm telling you, there's your brand. You want to show? Tabletop Scientists or TCG.
It's like you frame it like Bill Nye, except for it's about card games and stuff.
Today we're going to be testing does Blue Eyes White Dragon win on the first turn 50% of the time. Stay tuned.
Lab.
Yeah, Card Lab. Card Lab.
Card lab. I like that.
The lab.
I'm telling you, that's 100,000 views easy. We go in, we say like, are the $1,000 booster packs worth it for Magic the Gathering?
Thank you, Ian.
Join us today, and we have a little beaker, and then we're like,
It's especially if we
it's like $1,000
if everything is just wrong.
Magic card.
It's like it's like they're always like, oh, here's a science stat. It cuts away. And it's like, did you know that Yu-Gi-Oh was first released in 2018 and just everything about it is
Do an
wrong.
experiment just poorly. It's like we don't even know the rules, and it's like clearly 50% of the time.
You can tell this card has a 3 printed on it. It must be too good. Oh man. Anyways, hey, thanks for being here.
That's a better brand than just us.
Well, not having to reach very far, are we?
That's a short putt, as they
But
say. in the
you
business.
know what? We have a good time, and
We
that's
have a
what
good time,
matters.
and-
Hopefully, you're here having a good time. If
At least
not,
some
I
people
don't know
do.
why you're here. Just have a great time.
Well, I mean, that's true of anybody doing anything, isn't
People
it?
start doing stuff and just forget why they're doing it, though.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
know tons of people that get on the tournament thing.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, it's that X-Wing story from way back. It's like, guy beats me in the top 8, and he's like, I'm jealous because I love your list. I'd rather be playing Imperials. I'm like, do you enjoy that one? He's like, no. It's like, what are we doing?
Why are we doing
There's
this?
plastic templates on the line.
Yeah,
Like,
why
this
are we
is
doing
not
this?
not worth it,
It's
man.
like I was talking to your nemesis Brendan the other day about World of Warcraft and back in the Classic, and I said, yeah, I just kind of explore the world, wander around, do some quests, play some battlegrounds, and then I'll get over it probably by the time I get to max level. And he was like, yeah, I used to run first in the world, try to be the first to raid a certain boss and win, And I was like, is that fun? I didn't get an answer. I don't think it is. I think it's like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I running the treadmill as fast as possible?
You want the real answer? I think people are just seeking fulfillment in some way, and they think that's going to do it. And then you get to the top of the mountain, and it's like,
Yeah.
Right.
And they think that winning some games with your Arsenal Pass team and getting Dante Del Fico and Prism Mike is going to get you fulfillment, but you know what? It's here. No amount of flesh and blood wins can fill this.
that's right.
That's all I've got to say, I suppose. So play Kayo at Worlds.
All or doubt. Dang, had to step away for a minute. Is the stream ending? Yes, the stream is ending.
Yeah, it's going. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Subscriptions have been charged for Flesh and Blood, so if you missed this round, join now. You can get on the next round. The promos, we probably will be able to show the promos early every time moving forward, won't we?
I hope so.
I hope that
That's
happens.
the goal.
I don't know if there'll be pitch colors again.
Well, I won't say that.
And what else do we have for you? We got a new website going up soon. It's going to make singles browsing a lot easier, so that might be interesting to folks.
Should make everything a lot easier.
Got a great Discord community. You should go there and talk about Kayo and Rhinar and hang out with really it's really more of a kitchen table vibe, I would say, than a super sweaty vibe for sure. Good people, good players, just talking concepts, trying to break rock, that kind of thing. Even DM Armada sometimes is in there. Can you believe that?
It's like
We call
the
upon
who's
him.
who among-
we tag him and we call upon him like a kind of a
On DM
distant
Armada?
angel. And then he like shows up randomly like an hour later and he's like, yes, I agree with the commentary. And then he leaves. It's
just pokes in. Yeah, I agree. I'll see you later.
All right, that's all we got for you. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.